Let's get it. Y'all know we do. Always pushing health, wealth, and a better understanding of self, man. We got a good one today, man. We going to Minnesota. We going to holler at the Somalis. They got some interesting things going on. I'm gonna wait for everybody to get into the chat, bro. Yeah, y'all, we lit, we live and lit today. I messed up and I put this video for tomorrow, man. I know people probably seen it and was like, man, he ain't going live tonight. Yeah, but we in the building. We in the building. Salute, Eric. Salute, man. But yeah, we getting into the Somalis is cosplaying us. And Trump got a lot to say. I'm gonna play what she got to say, but I'm gonna also play. They was around interviewing Somalis. I'm gonna play this video so y'all can see what's going on with that. Salute to the gang. Salute to the gang. All right, y'all, let's get it, man. We done got 11 in here ready. Let's do it. Make sure y'all smash the like button.
Ripped off Somalians. Ripped off that state for billions of dollars.
What's good, brother?
Billions. Every year. Billions of dollars. And they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Okay? Somebody said, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care.
I keep screaming this from every mountaintop I can. That's Hassan Ali, and this is Ilhan Omar. We know who Ilhan Omar. Hassan is the president or prime minister of Somalia. They had a roundtable meeting with nothing but Africans talking about getting in to American politics, but understanding that they are 100% Somalian and they will never change. Now, in this clip that I'm about to show, Mr. Ali, Hassan Ali, is talking, and he's letting it be known that Ilhan Omar is there to take a Black American seat in Congress.
I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like it, y'all. But we finna get to it. Let me see what the chat's saying. Black and white colonized language. But you see how they got them on code? It was like, you are only here to help Somalian people. That's crazy.
It is very important in anti-Somali measures. Somalia are exceeding society. Of model.
They are not here to be our friends. They are not here to fight for all Black people. They are here to fight for Somalians.
He said it's important to know she's Somalian and she's in the government working for us. He's referring to the U.S. government and she's in our government.
Did y'all see how he was talking to them and telling them how to be on code for just Somalian people? I'm telling you, this ain't the first culture that's done this. This has been done before.
And working for them in Somalia. He said she'll take that chair from a Black person. That's what that Somalian official said to his people, speaking on Ilhan Omar, and she's sitting right there. They made it very clear what her purpose was in the U.S. government. Her job is to replace a Black person for a position of power in America and then use that power to work for Somalia. Forget she was elected and placed in the Do-Nothing Black Caucus. Look at her. Yeah, her and all the other useless traitors of Black America.
All of these people, I'm gonna be canceling the whole Black Caucus, bro. It ain't no reason that they ain't speaking. They not saying nothing, bro. None of the Black people, politicians, they not saying anything. Everybody's silent, and it's like, y'all don't think we see this?
Sitting up there in the Black Caucus. Just look at him. She's a Black Caucus member, but they just told you her job was to replace Black people. That's what they're doing here. Replace.
And I want y'all to think, everybody who in that Black Caucus, all of them ain't nothing, bro. They're the same as her. Control robots. That's all they is.
It's Black people in the Black Caucus and work for Somalia. And we keep wondering why Black Americans can't get any points on the board. We're constantly supporting a group of people that's supposed to be representing us. But when you dig into the Black caucus, they're doing for everybody except for the people they're supposed to be representing in Congress.
Like, they supposed to be representing us, bro. And I remember this lady too, Presley. It's like all of them should be ashamed of themselves, bro. They from our, like, y'all from our lineage. That's what I'm saying. Y'all from our lineage, bro. They show a cop that said they will come to the police department and only help the Somalis. That's crazy, bro. All of these people need to be canceled, man. The most important ones. They make you want to do something, bro. Make you want to drop a dime on them, bro. I'm not lying to y'all. It's like we gotta cancel them. If you ain't saying nothing about this, bro, and you Black, we gotta get you up out of here, bro. It's like you the enemy. This is embarrassing, bro. They got one Somali up there, bro. One. And they was able to have malls and grocery stores and doctor's office. They had one Somalian person. Look at all these Black people we got up there. Look at all these Black people we got in politics, bro. It's like, this is embarrassing to us, bro. We watching this, it's embarrassing to know that y'all been sitting in these seats all of this time and y'all not doing nothing. It's like, I respect what she did for her people. She came in there and they already ain't giving us no reparations. Y'all supposed to have been taking some, taking it. Man, let me get this to my people. That's just how I feel, bro. This is embarrassing. There's no group of people that would have did this, bro, but these people right here. If you took us from the bottom, us on YouTube watching this right now, and you put us in these positions right now, there's no way we gonna disregard our own people. You gotta be a cold-blooded, evil person, bro, to do that. And that's what I'm saying. We gotta get them out of there.
Wake up. These people are not our representatives. They're outright enemies, and they're hostile.
That's it. Those are not my words. It's their words. It's their actions, right? So before y'all jump on here, look, just another jealous Black American. I'm not jealous of anything. We can't be beat. We're undefeated here. That's something y'all forgot. Mind you, this was on camera. So I want to know what y'all got to say about that. I already know that Black Americans have no allies at all. We don't have friends here. We don't have allies here, especially Africans. It's sad, but it's true. And it's not coming from us. It's coming from you guys, because you guys come over here to this country, automatically look at us as enemy number one. Then you get caught on camera doing this kind of. It's absolutely crazy, but I love when people show their true colors. Please tell me who you are so I can believe you the first time.
Why did I see a tweet today talking about the fact that Trump is targeting Somali people in Minnesota is going to put Black Americans at risk? I don't think so.
Not just them. It's like the Black Caucus. It's all of them. Dr. Claude Anderson said, any Black politician or organization that don't talk about the immigration, we canceling you. I don't think he was lying when he said that. And what Malcolm X said, if you claiming the right or the left, it's just, you're claiming the same thing. We canceling you. It's like, it's no longer, we ain't waiting to see if you down with us or not. It's like, bro, your action should be just like we see with how they supporting each other. They having talks like that. That's what we got to see. If you ain't doing what they doing,
I think that Black Americans and Somali people don't look anything alike, first of all. Second of all, they don't even consider themselves Black.
We are Somalis, not Black. There, I said it. Somalis are not black. Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, chat, am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. We eat the Arab food. Bro, think about it like this, bro. If a whole community doesn't regard themselves as black, we can't be black, bro.
Somalis are not black.
These Somalians made it very clear. Somalians are not black. Well, can anybody tell me why they openly say this? And y'all have this lady here in Congress representing us in the Black Caucus? Why is she even here? Do you see the game they're playing? She's not black, but she's going to cosplay when it's convenient to get in position to do what? Work for Somalia, just like that Somalia official said in that meeting. Talk about scamming and fraud. This right here is another major scam they're running. Because you better believe it's a lot of money moving around. And on paper, what do you think they're checking off? Let me give you a hint. Not white.
Not white at all. They now Ethiopia in the comment section saying that Somalis are confident and intelligent people. Bro, are you saying we're not confident and intelligent people? Do you know our history on what we created and what we did? As far as globally, the people right here in America did. I don't know too much about Somali people, but this ain't about all of that. If somebody came to Ethiopia, you were Ethiopia. If Somalia came to Ethiopia and did the same thing they doing to us, would you stand with the Somalian people? We'll go stand in Africa. That's what I'm saying. If they would have went to his country where he at and took his positions and taking money and doing fraud, he wouldn't be saying that. He's just saying this because, you know, I guess they next door neighbor.
Now, before you disagree with me, I just want to say, listen, right? There's no such thing as the term black. The term black only came about in colonization. I don't have to accept that, Sahib. That's why the other day when I was in a place, someone said to me, are you black? I said, I'm not black, Sahib. I don't accept that term.
Somalis are not black. There's a difference between African and black.
Now, first, I said this on our show last night. Shut up, Mickey. We didn't get the name black from our color, bro. It had nothing to do with color. It had to do with the Blackfoot tribe. And a lot of people don't know our history, so they just saying stuff. They think they got that term black from our skin color. It has nothing to do with that, bro. Let's go.
You think that a person, any person, can't tell the difference between a Black American and a Somali person? I don't think so. I think that you can tell the difference between a Somali person and a Black American person. Like, I really do. And I'm just saying.
To my American people, do you find it bizarre that Ilhan Omar made the statement that we know that Trump don't like Black Americans? Notice how they always try to clump us all together. You know, the foundational Black Americans are trying to separate ourselves for this reason. Y'all came into our country, use all our benefits, clown all the Black Americans. Oh, look at them. What we've been told is all we got to do is trash them over there. Just trash them, and we can join forces and have a good life. So you did that. Now, Trump is talking about deportation. The foundational Black Americans are sitting here like, well, deport them all. We don't care. Why? Because there's no deportation for us.
Salute.
We can sit back,
You're not.
eat our popcorn, and laugh at you. So Trump, please, keep going. Do more. Get rid of them all. And then you got these simps and cooks out here, especially I can't stand when I see a black man, a black male. Look at them, they're dividing country, their families, and look at them. This is wrong. This ain't right. This ain't right. Bro, do you realize that 20 million more, maybe more than that, came over here with a false pretense that they were going to get milk and honey when they came here. Essentially, they did. Freeloading off of our tax dollars. So while this...
Wait, y'all mean to tell me it's 20 million of them people over here? Y'all mean to tell me they're half of our population, FBA, right now? That's crazy work. They got 20 million people over here? Let me rewind that. Let me make sure I heard right, bro.
Came over here with a false pretense that they were going to get milk and honey when they came here. Essentially, they did. Freeloading off of our tax dollars. So while this simp, this out here, oh yeah, we can't do this, this is wrong.
Oh my God.
Numbnuts don't realize that they're actually using your tax dollars
crazy
to freeload and get this milk and honey. So my question to these people that keep saying this stuff is, how come we can't have the milk and honey? How come we can't chill? How come we can't have a good life? How come we keep giving everybody else a good life, but every day we gotta wake up and go to work, especially these blue collar jobs, and our bones gotta hurt every day?
That's crazy. That's half, bro. They already got almost half of what we are in this country. It's a bunch of them in Maine. What y'all saying? It's a bunch of them in Minnesota, Columbus, Ohio. It's like, bruh, this is crazy. This is too much people. That's too much people to have, bro. That's too much people to bring over here.
Come on, man. Y'all gotta wake up, Mike.
And then they come over here disrespecting Black people while using us at the same time, cosplaying to get goodies and benefits for themselves, checking off Black on these forms. And when they scam $1 billion in Minnesota with all that welfare fraud, they get locked up and go to jail. They check Black again. So they're counted as us, contributing to these crime stats that people just place on Black America, when these people have openly admitted for years they're not even Black. They just come in Black America.
So y'all see what they do? They going at all of our statistics. They gonna put anybody who got dark skin, they don't care. They gonna put them in there with us. That's why our stats, you can't even be repeating.
Areas and soak up all the resources meant for us.
Exactly. What people don't realize is I am speaking from a place of experience. I live in Columbus, Ohio. You can check the numbers, honey, but I believe we have the second largest Somali community in the country. Okay? What happened was they got dropped into Urban Crest, Ohio, which is on the outskirts of Columbus, Ohio. Urban Crest was one of the last remaining Black American municipalities in the country. It was founded by Black Americans, sort of like Black Wall Street. It was founded by Black Americans, and we were a thriving community. And then one day I'm outside playing and look up and there's this guy walking around with all these sheets on him. And we're like, where'd this dude come from? We knew he wasn't one of us. Couple days later, there's 1,000 of them dropped into Urban Crest, Ohio, which if you look at it today, it is no longer the thriving Black American community that it started off as before they got here. Then they moved to the north side of Columbus, which was also a Black thriving area. We had Black owned businesses there. Black families owned homes there. And now when you go to the north side of Columbus, Ohio, it is covered in Arabic. So when people say things like, well, why ain't you upset at the Chinese for making Chinatowns, or for people who make Little Italy and all that? Because that didn't happen to me. Honey, if you upset with that, you be upset with the Chinese. The Chinese never moved into my neighborhood.
Yeah, but they got them sliding into our neighborhoods and they trying to replace us. This the replacement theory. Shout out to Corey Green, bro. So 250K is enough to cause a lot of problems with the illegals in Islam. Okay, so it wasn't 20 million. I heard the dude said 20 million. I'm like, 20 million, bro? But I get it. There ain't no way they could put 20 million. 250K is, that probably sound about right. Shout out to the chat for making sure we on point, because we can't be throwing out false numbers.
Completely push my people out. And we know the fraud because we've seen it firsthand. We know what's going on. There's so many homeless African American, Black Americans in.
Bruh, I tell y'all, there's so many homeless Black people, bruh. In cities that we go, it'd be like, bruh, this is crazy. There's so many homeless Black people in California, Florida, and New York. We starting to wake up. We got to wake up, because it's like our people is looking the worst in the United States, bro. And there's no way we should have other people coming in here and we ain't taking care of
Columbus, Ohio, because all the places we used to live got Somalians in them now.
Allergy meds were draining my wallet, hoping it would cure my dog Minnie's obsessive paw licking and scratching.
So Somalians are trying to drag Black Americans into their fight. Check this out.
But Trump based his order on a report whose author has made it clear that his goal is to denaturalize and deport as many Somali Americans as possible. This is not about crime. It's not about safety. This is about purging people like me from this country. Minnesota has always been a welcoming place for people fleeing a home country that is blasted by war, poverty, and hunger. Europeans in the 19th and 20th century, Black Americans from the South, Hmong.
That was a call for allyship, and they threw the race card out there. We're all Black. What happened to I'm not Black, I'm Somalian? And what happened to the call of allyship when y'all was scamming Minnesota out of hundreds of millions of dollars? They only pull out the race card when it's beneficial to them, because before this, they'll tell you, you're jealous because Somalians are driving Priuses. And there's no allyship when they taking advantage of all these government assistance programs. HUD, public housing, they're not going to let you in their building that they're in. And these are the same people that will tell you, if you Black American Somalians will say, hey, my people came over here in planes and your people came over here in shackles and chains. Keep that same energy. I respect that. Since me and my peoples came over here in shackles and chains in a ship, I'm porting my ship right here. This is where I'm going to port my ship. Don't use Black as a race card. Don't use Black when it's beneficial. Keep that same energy. You not Black, you Somalians. You not Black, you Nigerians. Keep that same energy.
But when they come here, it's a scam. They're trying to scam people here. So they're trying to act like they Black. That's the crazy part. You know, I see this dude everywhere. He Latino or FBA. I don't know if he Latino or AD. He's talking, He's speaking on us.
Because when it's time to benefit off these government programs, like housing, all that stuff, they lock other people out. They don't care about nobody else but their own people. So why you yelling allyship now?
That's why I say don't be looking around for us. They're all coming out, Ilhan Omar and the rest of them, Somalians talking about Black this, Black that, getting all on the news, trying to dog whistle the Black Americans, throwing out words like Black and racism to try to put a battery in our back to run out and fight for them. After they made it very clear they're not Black. And their purpose here is to, one, replace Black people and get resources. Then two, use those resources to fund the lives of Somalians in America and Somalia. Yeah, their plan is to destroy Black America and really America in general. And now they're running around trying to get us to fight for them? Absolutely crazy.
Very crazy. We ain't doing it. As a matter of fact, we want y'all out of here. And anybody else that feel like they want to come in and not give respect to the indigenous people, if this happened in y'all any country that people talking up for, they trying to be on their side, if it would have happened in their country, they would feel the same way, bro. They just talking right now because everybody want a piece of Africa. I mean, everybody want a piece of America right now. But check this out. Peace, Cassandra. This is how, when the people was asking them about Somalia, this is what some of them are saying. Check this out. This is inside Minnesota. You speaking to the people. Check it out.
This is Little Mogadishu, Minneapolis, the unofficial capital of the 100,000 plus Somalis that have made Minnesota their home, fleeing the war-torn Somalia since the 90s, and attracted by Minnesota's refugee programs, job opportunities, a generous welfare system, pre-existing Somali community, and the welcoming, hospitable Minnesotan spirit. But not everyone wants them here.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars. Their country stinks.
The president says he doesn't want any Somalis living in the U.S. after a few dozen were implicated in a COVID relief fraud case.
I got nothing to do personally. I've been working all my life hard.
They believe the fraud could extend beyond $6.5 billion just in the time period where Tim Walz has taken office. 78 people have been charged at this point. 77 of them are small.
With an estimated $1 billion+ stolen from welfare programs designed to feed the hungry, housing stabilization, and treat autistic kids. Is this the result of a few evil fraudsters who happen to mostly be Somali? Or is it the work of a city and state's leadership bending the knee to an increasingly growing community of tribally loyal refugees that have refused to assimilate, have worked together as a community to exploit generous welfare programs, and have not been held accountable due to the fear of spineless politicians being
right, bro? What's up with this weirdo ass dude? And you a black dude too. I'm looking at his little screen. He's saying y'all let like those immigrants sign y'all paychecks. You must don't know nothing about politics, dog. I just told you about how many homeless black people we got on the streets, and we seeing all our government assistance going to Somalis. What is you talking about paychecks, bro? Everything ain't about paychecks. We standing on business about our people. You need to do the same. We ain't just worrying about what a paycheck gonna do. We worrying about our status right here in America, and we making sure ain't nobody gonna be taking nothing that our ancestors built for us. You need to go in. You need to go to the Somali chat, bro, with all that, because we ain't playing that around, and we standing on
called racist and potentially losing the votes of the Somali community they know they'll need to get reelected.
Somali people have been an extraordinary benefit.
They contribute nothing. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you.
Anyone who looks like me are scared right now.
The fear comes as the Somali community here is bracing for a surge of ICE agents cracking down on migrants who've been issued final deportation orders.
So I pulled up to Little Mogadishu to talk to the Somali community and figure out what's really going on here.
So this sign is in full Somali. I don't see a variant of it in English. That's fascinating. Let's see if it's English on the back. No, Somali only. I guess why even learn English if you can just read the signs in Somali? If you don't force the people who move here to learn English, they never will or will never have the need to learn English.
And my point proved itself immediately.
Could I interview you? Okay, sorry. Okay, this will be fascinating. Do you speak English? Do you speak English?
Somali.
Do you speak any English?
French.
French? Bonjour. Somali?
French.
Okay. Can I interview you in French? Hey. What are you doing, guys? Doing news report. Huh? No. What do you mean no? It's America, no? Puis-je vous interviewer en François? He doesn't speak French. Maku ware-san kara af Somali? Okay. Thank you. This is a unique place.
How you get over here, bro, and you can really get money, do a lot of things, work, and you don't even speak the language? It's like they so busy putting the FBI and everything on us. They so busy putting the FBI and things on us. It's crazy.
My name's Tyler.
Yes,
Hi. We're trying to talk to members of Somali community.
Yeah.
Because the Trump thing, temporary protected status over. I wanted to talk to people that live here. Would you be open to giving me any thoughts for a little news piece we're doing?
Okay, good.
Good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Okay. See you. Nice people. But keep in mind, it says it's not safe right there. It's not safe. Whisper on the wall, Dark Souls style. Well, we're trying to talk to members of the Somali community. And no? Okay. Okay.
And then I headed towards the Riverside Plaza apartment complex, known for its large Somali population, to see if I could find anyone here that spoke English.
Speak English?
No, sir. I speak French.
Bonjour. Can I interview in French?
I'm sorry.
Interview in François? Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, once you start speaking French, they don't speak French. English? François? Hello. I speak English.
Yes.
Could I ask you a few questions for interview?
Why?
News interview.
Interview?
News interview.
For what?
News.
News? My name's Amul. I live in Minneapolis.
Oh, he can't speak for himself?
No.
Look at him. He trying to stop him.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What
My name's Tyler.
Okay, Tyler. What are you looking for?
To speak to people in Somali community. I want to ask people in Somali community in Minneapolis about Trump trying to revoke the temporary protected status.
He doesn't have authority. So yeah, I think it's rhetoric. It's not the actual policy.
Do you believe the Somali community is being targeted unfairly?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't understand why he's targeting Somalis.
Somalis, like everyone, they are Americans and they have the whole right that each American has. If Mr. Trump wanted my advice, I would tell him, let alone all Americans, especially the Somalis.
I see.
They came here to get a refuge and they got one. They are contributing to the countries.
Good to meet you.
How's it going?
It's going. How are you?
I actually watched your videos.
Right on,
I was
man.
like, wait, no
That's
way.
me. You got any thoughts?
Man, it's there's a lot more to it. Honestly, what I believe than what the like headlines, the news sensation is. Well, so like majority of us aren't under that protective status because we really don't migrate here illegally. Us being on the other side of the world is really not that much of an option. Right here, I think it was around like 500 to 700 people, and that group of people aren't even the ones really engaged in anything.
Sure.
So I don't know what it really would solve for.
Do most people here in this community speak English?
Yeah, why not? What I'm speaking now? Am I speaking for Greek? No.
Why are you so revved up right now?
Because of
We came in here pretty civilly, and you're telling him to walk away, and he can't speak, and he's a grown man, right?
He's a mentally ill guy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So,
Good call.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to ask. Have you heard about the statewide welfare fraud?
I heard, but
Estimated $1 billion+ dollars.
I think that one's fake.
You think it's all fake?
Yeah. No, maybe the small portion is accurate.
Sure.
But I don't think that's not the accurate description for the whole community.
Someone does wrongdoing. I agree that he be punished by law. The publicizing and finger pointing Somalis is not what we like.
A lot of people that work here send a lot of money back home to support the family.
Absolutely.
Makes sense.
I know a big portion of Somalia's like GDP comes from remittance, because there's no economy back there, there's no opportunities.
A lot of the ladies specifically, they say they speak French, then we start speaking French, and then they don't speak French. Then I get the Somali translation, and then they don't speak Somali. I appreciate you, by the way, that we're having a conversation. Absolutely. It's tough to find people to speak to.
Yeah. I think the majority of people, they speak English, but the elderly people, they don't speak English.
Well, that takes time. Somalis came here 30 years ago.
I see.
And 30 years, it's for the history is.
Y'all please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button to push me on the algorithm. I greatly appreciate that. Let's get it.
Small period.
You think 30 years is not enough time to assimilate?
I do not agree with the simulation. I wouldn't say good or bad, but it's not be forced people to be assimilated. I can be American and be my own. Amish, and there is some Amish. They never assimilated.
I see. Do you think a commonly shared language would be a reasonable thing to compromise on? Like, let's say we all speak English, like you and I do.
I learned English for my own personal interests. I am an engineer. In order to have a job, I must be able to speak English. Who doesn't have an interest, let them have their own language.
You don't think there are any problems with not being able to read like traffic directions or?
Yeah, if you look at Somalis living here, who are above 20 or 30 years, all of them, they speak English.
I see.
Yeah.
It's just human nature to sort of live next
to
to
white people live to white next. I don't think that's not something unique to the Somali. If you go to the Brooklyn Park, you can see a lot of Haitian or people come from West Africa. That's not bad.
So there's studies that suggest when ethnic groups live together in one densely populated area, that they don't have to assimilate. There's no reason to sort of learn the commonly spoken language like English, for instance, or learn certain cultural norms if they ethnically pool together.
I don't agree that our community disperses. And if we live in one place, in a close place, we will be having a political say. And I would encourage that the Somalis get together and live in one place, because the MPs from that area will be Somalis. I came from Virginia previously.
Why from Virginia to Minnesota?
Well, we have more
More Somali community?
More the Somali, more power. We have more political power. We can have better chances here.
When you think of your identity, does it go religion, nationality, ethnicity? What is the sort of, how is it to be a Muslim Somali American?
In this country, everyone in this country came from somewhere else. We are not the only people who came from somewhere else. When we came here, we were Somalians, Muslims, and now became Americans. So we are Americans, Muslims, and Somalians.
Hey, well, thank you so much for your time, sir. You're very gracious with your time and answers. Have a great day. Thank you.
And again, just creating more division in our community. You know, it's almost like let me see how can I word, since that's where they were raised. But you know, first generation born folks like myself.
So he's saying nobody talking about deporting Russians, Armenians, Asians. It's all black and brown, which is pretty odd. No, we've said on this channel that we want to change the immigration policy because it hurts black Americans. So, you know, look at the other countries. They don't just have all other people in their country like that. It's only here in America because we're being pimped.
So can we focus on the interview, Pasha? Can you? How you doing?
Definitely.
All right, bro.
You,
great to meet you again.
Good luck.
All right. Be safe. See ya. What did the guy in the blue? Is there a problem? You guys? So we got this dude like hiding behind pillars creepily. He was definitely mocking you. Do you speak English? No English? Somali? French? Excuse me, sir. Do you speak English? French? Somali? Hello. I'm trying to interview members of Somali community, but I can interview you too?
Mainly Somalians here, but there's like maybe I've seen a few other, you know, races or whatever, but they're very nice to me and my kids.
Do most people have a job and work here?
No.
No?
Nope. No. I've seen maybe a few, like I could tell that they were going to work, but I don't even know if they're going to work or where they're going. Oh.
She's speaking Somali?
Yeah. Oh, she's talking to him.
They're yelling at each
I
other.
think that's just how they talk, honestly. How
peaceful.
they communicate.
Must be pleasant.
Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. I be watching your videos all the time, bro.
Respect. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts on it?
Yeah.
I mean, I love everybody who love me.
That's a good way to live.
Yeah.
How did this become like the de facto hub for the Somali community?
I'm not sure, bro. Honestly, shit, they just came here and took over, bro.
Notice it's very difficult to communicate with the women out here. Somali women.
And it took over.
Any thoughts?
I would
Is it just part of the culture, Muslim
I would
culture?
say no, because the men are mainly the one that speak to me.
Yeah.
You know, but the women also speak to me as well that are on my floor, and they really don't talk a lot. I don't know. If,
Some of them does not speak English.
don't speak English at all. So, like yesterday, I tried to ask one of them a question, and she didn't speak English. So I think that may interfere with, why they don't talk.
Yeah. Well, it's been great talking with you.
You
I hope
too.
you raise your
Thank
kids
you.
and you have a beautiful family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have a nice.
And then, as I was interviewing this guy, some Somali-looking gangster homie got aggro and started talking shit from behind our camera. How you doing? Real quick, when you travel as much as I do, the first thing that I need when I land is data. And the sponsor of today's video, eSIM.io, has got you covered. Whether you're in India, France, Spain, or Italy, you never want to waste your time hunting for Wi-Fi in the middle of nowhere when you should be spending it making memories. Option 1, pay as you go. Load up your eSIM balance inside the app and use it in over or scan the QR code on screen to download eSIM.io and get $5 worth of data free. Thanks, eSIM.io. Back to little Somalia.
So melly.
What did you say? I think he said, your grimy ass, come holler at me after. I'm not sure. Nice people. Thank you. Appreciate you. Well, we might get shot out here if we keep sticking around. Okay, I'm walking away. Hey.
I'm with you. I feel like all of this stuff, the pale face man gave them. You know what I mean? So it's like they're putting them in position. And they know they could have been put us in position, but the Black Caucus really got me upset that y'all got this lady in here cosplaying and ain't saying nothing. Like they know what's going on and they still ain't saying nothing.
All right, bro is reaching in to pull out a gun. Thank you. Well, that's sketchy. And then my cameraman said the Somali gangster grabbed what appeared to be a gun from his man purse and began sprinting towards us as we ran away for our lives. I was gonna pull a gun on us. Some guy back there. He was really going for the piece.
Oh, man.
That might be the first time someone's fully went in to grab the gun. As our lives flashed before our eyes, we headed to the hotel to cool down and came back the next day to one of many Somali malls, and I finally found a woman to speak to. Is this your business?
Yes, I do.
How long have you owned this business?
2 years.
Where are you from?
In Somalia, East Africa.
Yeah.
Somalia.
How is life here in Minneapolis?
Alhamdulillah. Good.
Alhamdulillah.
Good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Praise God be the highest.
House? No.
No, praise God. God Almighty. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah, ya Allah.
Inshallah. Wallahi. No. How difficult was it to start your own business here?
It was very difficult. I'm a single mom. It's very hard.
Bullshit. I don't want to listen. Y'all know they're gonna lie to us, right? See, this is what they come over here and do. They come over here and make it seem like they just was grinding so hard when they got grants and all kind of food stamps and stuff. Keep it real. They'll lie and make it seem like they just so much rawer than us. Like they're like, we just work harder. They're just lazy. When they do redlining with us, they stop us from getting loans, all type of stuff.
I'm still struggling.
Small business owner.
Yes, I do. And that people, they supporting almost what they call every person in here, they support 10 people, 20 people. So our people is waiting for us.
You're saying every Somali that lives here is supporting 10 to 20 people back home?
Yes, because
How do you afford that?
we're trying it, we're struggling. That people, they not good. They don't have a place to go.
Okay, so you're one of the first women I've had a conversation with. Why is it so difficult to speak with women?
Because the culture and some people, what's going on now, people, they don't want to talk, It's scary what's going on.
Yeah. Have you heard about some of this welfare fraud in
Yeah, I'm gonna go over that birthright citizenship after this, y'all. The president just did some birthright citizenship. I'm gonna put on that after this.
Minnesota recently?
I heard that, but people, they're not same. How many people in America or
Many.
Somali people?
400 million.
$400 million.
Yeah.
We say 100 people do something mistake.
Yeah.
Then 100,000 people, you say all the thieves.
Sure.
That's wrong. I've been in America 27 years. I never have any problem. I have my own business. I have my own family. I never have any problems. People like me, do they thief?
Yeah. What did you do, right?
I don't do nothing. We love America. We've been in
Yeah.
America. I love it. I respect it.
U.S. flag right there.
Yeah, we keep telling people every day, America is a great country. You need to work the country. You need to obey the law.
Well, thank you so much for giving me a moment of your time. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, sorry. Do you own this business?
No, but no. 3 years or 3 years and a half.
The most people that come here, are they Somali?
Yeah, only Somali.
Only Somali mall. And even the customers, only Somali?
Yeah, Somali.
This is run by Somalis for Somalis.
Every people you
I can come, but typically only Somalis come.
Every country you come here.
How is life in Minneapolis as Somali?
Life is good life.
America good.
America good? Okay.
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, and I don't have any problem.
Life is beautiful, man.
How large is this?
See how life is beautiful for them. But if you heard them before, they was like, I'd rather go to Somali. I did a video showing that. It was like, I'd rather go to Somali. I'd rather be in Somali than live in America.
Somali community here in Minneapolis.
Oh, too much. Yeah.
It reminds you of home?
Too much, yeah.
Back home, Somalia.
Okay.
And when I came here, it was similar. Besides the violence and shit like that. Over here, at least we have the police.
I'm a Jew. I've lived here in the most Somali community in Minneapolis for a while now. Literally never been more welcome anywhere else in the city in my entire life.
We always help each other, and every Ramadan we always fast together. And one thing that we don't have in Somalia is a foundation, and that foundation was kind of built here from different tribes. We all communicate differently. We have a mall right here. That brings us all together,
I'm got on Duolingo, trying to learn a little bit of Somali. It's nice to live in a neighborhood where there's another language that is largely spoken. People have told me, why would you feel like you need to learn another language when you're in America? Mm-hmm. And it's because there's a lot of people who speak a lot of languages in America.
Being Somali out here for me is like survival, man. Every day I gotta go You know what I'm saying? Look for where to get my bread from. You know what I'm saying? I got to go out there because I got family who I got to support, you know?
Life easier in Somalia or Minneapolis?
It depends on the person, bro. For me, it's almost the same. So I go back and forth, you know, every year.
Can you tell me about some?
They going back and forth, bro. They get money over here. They going back over there. It's just, this angers me, bro. This angers me. It's like being in... It's like they just coming over here to take.
Some of the clans or tribes that live here in Minneapolis?
There's Majartan, there's Ugaden, there's Gadia, there's Abgal, Hawiya. So they all have their own different type of languages and even what they eat. Every single one of them cannot always identify each other. I'm Rahawain, for example, you know? Rahawain are kind, cool, educated, but very social people. But then there's other people that are like distant, you know, that they don't like communicating with other, you know, tribes and shit.
I guarantee you all of these people are going to vote Democrat. They're going to vote yes for Democrat. Salute, Cora Jean. I appreciate you, brother.
On the train yesterday, and I heard someone listening to a podcast about exactly this. It was these people saying like Islamism isn't compatible with American values. That's such a distraction from the actual problem, which is that people are hurting, and we used to have social programs that like tried to keep people living dignified lives.
Bro, it ain't just Trump that ain't giving up reparations, and we ain't even care. We gonna come to them like this a bill that's due. We not just mad at people for not giving reparations. Now we trying to organize to come at them with some power. So we ain't mad just for not.
My culture, like, we spread peace and love, tranquility, you know? So we're willing to, like, give is how you treat people around here, you know what I'm saying? Respect, you give respect, you get respect, you know what I'm saying?
You won't know what tribe you're from, you know? That's how they taught me who I am, you know? Because if you don't know your tribe, people make fun of you. People that come from Somalia and Africa, they kind of talk down on us because we're born in America. They don't like that.
I see.
That's why Somali people don't succeed in Somalia, because they have that jealous and hate towards each other.
What are your thoughts on some of the fraud related to like?
Nah, well, all of that stuff finna be. Listen, he's saying that they're born in America, and y'all see how we ain't even get them people. We didn't give them no jealousy. We didn't even do nothing to them. We didn't say nothing to them. But now that we see all of this, it's gonna be problems.
The autism, the feeding the children. Have you heard about that?
Of course, I heard that, my friend. But to me, those cases is individual persons. So everybody has to pay the price. This is America, you know? America don't charge community or family for a crime that one person commit. Individuals is responsible for this crime, not the whole community. I got nothing to do personally. I've been working all my life hard. I fled Somalia when I was like 14, I think.
14, okay.
Yeah, I've been here 25 years. So Somalia and United States is the same to me.
Understood.
And I love both. It's part of my life.
It's home.
Yeah, it's home.
Cassandra, I don't think they helping their people back home, but I do think you can buy stuff. It's certain things you could do with that American dollar is probably going to go further in Somali. So it's probably certain things they could do, buy, and, you know, get over in their country.
We're peaceful people. We came here for peace. We ran away a war, you know. We love everywhere it's a peace, especially Minnesota. It's one of the biggest states welcome us.
With members of the Somali community understandably defensive that the blame is being placed on the community as a whole, when you consider the $14 million fraud scheme involving autism treatment centers, where parents were reportedly paid kickbacks to enroll their children in fake treatment centers, one must wonder to what degree this fraud goes beyond a few dozen individuals. So I met up with Minnesotan journalist Dustin Grage and Senator Michael Holmes to hear their thoughts on this Somali fraud scandal. But real quick,
Don't wait at me, you always fucking saying.
there are some things so insane YouTube won't let us upload.
Beat his ass.
No more sharing. Get it up. Show them that pussy.
Is this legal? But luckily, you can watch it all on patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira and get early access to these videos for $5 a month. Thank you for your support. Back to Little Somalia. Dustin, tell me about the Somali fraud in the state of Minnesota right now, what that term means.
Probably the biggest one everyone's familiar with is Feeding Our Future, which is the nation's largest COVID fraud scheme. Originally reported at $250 million. I believe it's now around $300 million right now. And what that case ended up being was a fraud case for hungry kids. So this is during COVID. Everyone's out of school. They set up these feeding centers all across the state and ultimately were getting payments out to these feeding centers, but kids aren't actually being fed. They're just reporting fake numbers, fake names, and then ultimately out goes $300 million.
And where are we in front of? This is the Hennepin County Government Center. This is where the district court judge allowed a fraudster for $7.2 million in fraud to go completely scot-free. She just didn't like the ruling that the jurors came back with.
There's nothing illegal about what the judge did. They can overturn this. Granted, was it a horrible decision? And should it be appealed? And is it being appealed? Absolutely. But it has to be prevented from happening in the future.
Is our judicial system compromised right now? What's happening? Yeah, absolutely. Our justices are allowed to just decide these things on a whim. They have no accountability to the people, and the people of Minnesota are getting defrauded and have no recourse.
78 people have been charged at this point. 77 of them are small. There's one white woman at the top, defendant one, lady by the name of Amy Bach, kind of the mastermind behind the scheme, but we very well may exceed over 100 people charged. Just recently, we just saw the 78th one, and that individual was actually charging for more people being fed in a town in northern Minnesota, double the amount of the actual population of the city. So very clearly we have a fraud problem there. But actually Senator Omar Fattah ended up coming out publicly and advocating for the Somali community, saying you're all a bunch of racists, our state government is racist. They end up blocking it and they win their court case. And actually Omar Fattah praises Feeding Our Future for all the good work they're doing and working with Amy Bach and all their team to actually win this court case and prevent the stop payments from occurring. It continues on, and $300 million down the line later, we continue with the fraud.
Is it Somali fraud because the majority of defendants right now are found to have been from the Somali community? Yeah, I think that's where the tagline comes from. Honestly, there's a lot of fraud in DHS from top to bottom to begin with. That's getting a lot of press because of the Somali fraud, we're calling it, because honestly, so many Feeding Our Future came out, hundreds of millions of dollars. That's what everyone's looking at right now.
Now, granted, are white people also committing fraud through Medicaid? Absolutely. And they should be charged and tried as well. But in particular, I mean, we're talking about, 100,000 Somalis in the state, 5 million people. It's still a very small subsect of the population. At least over 50% of the fraud is coming from one community.
How have you guys sort of discovered the extent of this fraud? Minnesota House of Representatives has created a fraud committee. So many whistleblowers have come forward to that committee to testify, and we have DHS whistleblowers coming forward. People from the Somali community are coming forward and really exposing what this is. And unfortunately, the state is not doing a great job of these investigations.
So we're actually going to go in and look at some of these past cases with that judge, and in particular, one exhibit where wire transfers were occurring overseas. And now brings us back to Al-Shabaab. Were some of these payments going to hawalas, is what they're called. So in Somalia, they don't have banks. They have hawalas.
The average working class guy right now working his ass off. That money's coming out of his pocket to fund who knows what at this point? Yeah, and it's in the worst possible way. We have families with autistic children, with disabled children who aren't getting services because other families in the state are deciding to lie and say, oh, I have an autistic child, and they get a kickback. Then money is getting shipped out overseas, and we don't know where that goes, and we're finding out that some of it is unfortunately getting sent to terror networks. And it's a real problem. How did it take this long to identify this widespread fraud?
Let's go back to 2014, a program called CCAP, basically child care assistance. So Somali daycare centers ended up popping up everywhere, and a lot of the same exact issues, fake names being submitted, fake billing hours, everything. We noticed that a lot of that money was being wire transferred over to Somalia and the Horn of Africa. Fast forward to 2018, it ended up not being wire transfers anymore because we ended up catching that. It ended up being bags of cash. In this case, $1 million being stuffed into a suitcase and trying to be transported over to the Horn of Africa. And it was tied to CCAP, the child care fraud program. As well, vulnerable adults who can't get around or might have mental health issues and they need assistance in their homes. These individuals are also fraudulently being billed. And we just had another one happen last week where an individual actually was walked in on and they found them dead. This individual had schizophrenia and a bunch of different issues. That individual had been deceased for a while. And they were collecting money on his behalf, billing 12 hours a day. But then the individual, his name was Muhammad, ended up saying that, oh yeah, I saw him last alive the morning before, which was clearly a lie. This individual, according to the report, had been deceased for a while. We have autism centers around the state being fraudulently billed, made up autism cases. They don't actually have a diagnosis, but they're being charged for it.
How deep does this fraud rabbit hole go? We're told it gets up to potentially $8 billion here in the state. And that's picking the easy to get fruit. There's really no telling how deep it is.
We would encourage the Somali community to come forward and go, we want to work with you. Let's go after them. Let's go after the bad apples so you guys can flourish in these communities. And the good news, I can at least report that that is happening in many cases. And Republicans were not racist. We have done countless things to be able to bring the Somali community into the Republican Party.
How do you think Trump revoking temporary protected status for Somalia impacts the reduction of fraud happening in Minnesota, if at all?
Unfortunately, right, it's more of a symbolic step. We're recognizing that this is something that needs to come to an end. The Somali community here in Minnesota, they need to take some accountability and police themselves. There isn't a hatred of Somalians or anything like that here. There's just a realization that this has to be tackled and everybody needs
Police themselves. When have y'all told people to police themselves? This is crazy. They would have never told us no shit like that.
needs to be part of that solution.
Exposing corruption is not racist. Thank you for your work. Let's get to the bottom of this. Fraud aside, Minneapolis is a cautionary tale and microcosm of what happens when you import mass quantities of people from fundamentally different worlds and assume they'll behave, talk, pray, and live like you do. And once you import enough of these people into the same place, after years of chain migration, they will achieve power through numbers and leverage our democracy to assert political representation and seemingly turn their generous hosts into second-class citizens within their own home. If everyone can be an American the moment they land on American soil, then
So y'all see this, bro. But check this out. The Somalian, the lady Omar is worth 30 million, right? And Jasmine Crockett, I just got this message. Jasmine Crockett she's in Congress and she has a lien on her home. This lady is in Congress and she's worth 30 million. And I think Jasmine Crockett worth like a couple M's, but she got a lien on her home. So it's just, and she talking about how they don't make enough money. When we seeing this Somalian woman coming over here and running up 30 million, I will say it over and over that these migrants are here to compete or take over. When will you see it? Yeah, they're here to compete and take over. But the Black Caucus, the people that was in Congress, they already knew what time it was. 3 million. Jasmine Crockett, folks. That's on. But now let's get into this birthright citizenship. So the birthright citizenship is where they tried to use Black people. She definitely scammed me, yo. She definitely scamming, but god dang. Case for birthright citizenship. Let's get it.
Year into his second term, President Trump details in this newly released national security memo how he wants to change America's relationships and responsibilities in every region of the globe. The president's top priority is connected to his months of strikes on alleged drug boats.
Very soon, we're going to start doing it on land, too.
Trump's memo states, after years of neglect, the United States will reassert and enforce the Monroe Doctrine to restore American preeminence in the Western Hemisphere.
If you're focused on America and America first, you start with your own hemisphere where we live.
A big part of this is creating a larger U.S. military presence in the Western Hemisphere, particularly the Navy and Coast Guard, to control sea lanes, to thwart illegal and other unwanted migration, to reduce human and drug trafficking, and to control key transit routes in a crisis. Another tactic, tariffs. The president says he's prioritizing what he calls commercial diplomacy to boost American commerce while making it harder for non-hemispheric competitors to increase their influence in the region. And the White House says we should make every effort to push out foreign companies that build infrastructure in the region. The Trump administration says all of this is part of their America First strategy, but even some of the president's own supporters argue he's too focused on foreign affairs.
America First should mean America First and only Americans first.
Where the Trump administration wants America to shoulder less responsibility is Europe, claiming the continent is in decline in part due to migration. They also accuse European leaders of having unrealistic expectations for peace in Ukraine and argue NATO should stop expanding. This memo has much in it that should encourage.
I'm with you. All of them are scamming. I don't put nothing past them. Everybody that was in the Black Caucus, all of y'all scammers too. I'm with you on that. I don't believe in none of them. See, but Jasmine Crockett uses the fact that she's behind on taxes and that she don't make enough money as a talking point. She owns 3 homes. 2 of them are worth over $1 million. Yeah, I believe that. Just capping. Just capping.
Russia, which also wants to stop NATO from expanding and rejects Europe's expectations for the end of its war. Now, unlike national security memos from past administrations, President Trump says it's in America's core interest to reestablish strategic stability with Russia. In Washington, I'm Atra El-Nashar.
Time now for our national question of the day. We want to know, do you believe President Trump is sticking to his America First promise? Chime in with your answer on our website. All you have to do is search kmph.com, or with your camera app, scan this QR code that you see on your screen. Well, the Supreme Court will decide if President Trump's order to restrict birthright citizenship is constitutional. The January 20th order declared children born to parents in the U.S. illegally or temporarily are not American citizens. Lower courts have ruled that the order violates the 14th Amendment, which makes anyone born in the U.S. an American citizen. The Trump administration argues that it was meant for newly freed slaves and their children, not for children of people in the country illegally. The court is expected to take up the case in the spring with a ruling by summertime. And we'll stick with the Supreme Court because they're also allowing Texas to use the newly carved out congressional districts Republicans put together this year. The court is allowing the map to stay amid a larger review. House Speaker Mike Johnson is actually calling it good news.
States doing the same. But when it all sorts out, we'll net seats. Again, I liked the maps even before the current redistricting battles began.
Now, there is a possibility the push in Texas could backfire. The map was drawn based on the outcome of last year's election, where Trump ran up support in Hispanic areas.
So y'all see. Now I'm finna show y'all another video of how we feel about the Somalians. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about this one. But without further ado, let's get it. They busted.
Lies being exposed. These people came here talking so much garbage about us, talking about how they're able to come over here and achieve, and we aren't. All along, we're finding out your ass was committing crimes, committing super fraud. Folks, seasons are up. This is the time that the truth comes out and the lies are being exposed. But I honestly believe that if Dems were in office, this stuff would still be hidden, and they still will be looking at us, accusing us of breaking all the rules and the laws. Check this out.
Billions of dollars of government welfare money is missing in the state of Minnesota.
How do we define missing?
Well, the fraud is so bad that the U.S. Attorney's Office has come out and indicated that they believe their entire government programs, where the fraudulent claims outstrip the legitimate ones. There are cases where indictments have come down, or guilty pleas are already in to the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars that were fraudulently obtained, filing false claims alongside doctored paperwork. And the indictments are continuing to come.
Someone made a great point to me. I was sharing with them what I just discovered about the Somalians and their fraud schemes in Minnesota. And they were saying, well, you know, when you think about it, America shows you who has been coming over in this country committing the crimes. How they talk about the Italian mob, that was filled with immigrants. They'll talk about the Irish, that was filled with immigrants. Even the Russians they're talking about today. These people came from other countries and built criminal empires. That's what makes America look so sad. You steady trying to keep your knee on the
straight up. Tim Walz need to go under the jail. He need to get deported with him. If you for this, I think you need to go too. We don't need you here. It's like, you know, you a part of
what's called Black Americans' neck. Meantime, between time, people who have no foundation, no solid foundation in this country, then came over here in ships Most of them came here in the 1800s, 1900s, built criminal empires. You let these people come over here and grape this country while you was putting our men and still putting our men in trees. You got a lot of blood on your hands, America.
Dude, it's finally happening. We're deporting Somalians. It only took over $1 billion being stolen from taxpayers to happen, but hey, better late than never, I guess. Trump even went on air and called the country of Somalia garbage, and let me let you in on a little secret. Come here. He's right. They come from a terrible country that nobody wants to live in. That's why they leave. They come here and then they complain, and they don't do anything but drain the system. 88% of Somalian immigrants are on welfare. You guys remember Ben Stiller, the actor with the big ears and the huge nose? Well, he made a post about it. He goes, guys, Somalians aren't garbage. Okay, they're refugees and they're humans just like us. And I have a counterpoint for you, Ben. You live in gated communities in multi-million-dollar mansions, and you don't have to deal with these people at all. So how about this? Until you open one of your numerous multi-million-dollar houses to them, to house them, shut up. Because people who actually contribute to the system, who pay taxes, who work for a living, and who have to deal with these people, we don't want them here. I don't want to hear the call to prayer played in the streets. I don't want to walk outside and see people praying in the parking lots and on the roads. Do that in the privacy of your own home. I don't want to call tech support and have an Indian person who doesn't speak English trying to help me with my problems. I don't want to walk around and see signs in both English and Spanish. That's not assimilation. So if you're refusing to concede to those points, go home.
Got me saying Trump was right. Oh yeah. Trump was right. Oh.
I can't get that music in there like that. So we're gonna have to.
All but 8 are of Somali descent, and that has added to the spotlight being put specifically on your community. Why do you think this fraud was allowed to get so widespread?
Well, I want to say, this also has an impact on Somalis because we are also taxpayers in Minnesota. We also could have benefited from the program and the money that was stolen. And so it's been really frustrating for people to not acknowledge the fact that we're also as Minnesotans, as taxpayers, really upset and angry about the fraud that has occurred.
Well, now investigators are tracking the web of fraud to other Minnesota Democrats, such as Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Many of the suspects linked to the scheme live in her district, including a restaurant owner who hosted events for her. He has since been convicted of stealing $12 million in COVID funds.
This scandal is going to rock the core of Minnesota politics and American politics.
Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe, man. We're going to open up the chat so y'all can give y'all opinion after this video. So y'all be looking out for that where y'all can speak your mind on this. Let's get it.
We are going to be able to show through whether it be willful blindness, whether it be deliberately turning the other way, or whether it be direct knowledge, we are going to show how Democrat politicians, Democrat bureaucracies, Democrat political systems, and the Somali refugee population ripped off the American people, stole countless taxpayer dollars, and engaged in scams that boggle the mind, scams that we can scarcely even conceive of or imagine in their brazenness. This truly underscores the extent to which the Democrat Party has used migration as a weapon against the American people to gain political power at the expense of American citizens, stealing their money, stealing their votes, stealing their sovereignty. This is going to be case in point for the argument that President Trump has made about why we must stop mass third-world migration into this country. It is a tool the Democrat Party has used to rob the American people blind.
Fraud investigators are finding in Minnesota is growing by the day. Kelly Loeffler, who leads the Small Business Administration, says in the 2 days her agency has been investigating the state, they've uncovered at least $1 million in PPP fraud just 2 days in. Several of the whistleblowers in Minnesota have also told lawmakers they believe the total amount of fraud could total up to more than $8 billion. Governor Tim Walz, who is up for re-election, is under fire for all of this happening under his watch. But he says they have paused these programs. They've brought in outside auditors to get an idea of how far-reaching this fraud was. They're taking steps to keep it from happening again. And he's defending his management of the state while also taking shots at Republicans and the president.
And in spite of the headwinds we're up against, Minnesota ranks economically, economic growth, happiness, number of people insured, education levels near the very top. So I'll tell you what, I have no interest in having this state look like Oklahoma or Mississippi. And if folks are going to commit crimes here, thinking because our generous spirit and our programs that we have is going to give them some kind of cover, they are sadly mistaken.
Yeah, Minnesota is all.
Listen to this dude though, bro. He just sounds like he's with the program. He's with it. That's the sad part. He's with doing this. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Let's open up. They don't spit on all of it. He evil. He definitely got something going
also
on.
Now home to the single largest pandemic fraud scheme in the country. And Republicans argue that Walz and other Democrats opened the door to this.
The history of our country. Check out even what President Trump said about him.
They have a representative, Ilhan Omar.
Now, I think they did this for the vote, to get them to vote, because they know black people ain't voting for the Democrat Party. So it's like, get all these people in there so we could still make it seem like black people vote.
They say married her brother. It's a fraud. She tries to deny it now, but you can't really deny it because, you know, it just happened.
Yep.
She shouldn't be allowed to be a congresswoman, and I'm sure people are looking at that. And she should be thrown the hell out of our country. And most of those people, they have destroyed Minnesota. Okay, Minnesota, you have an incompetent governor. You have a crooked governor. He's crooked.
Crooked governor for real, because Kamala Harris wanted him. Imagine how we would have been, y'all. Can y'all imagine how many people would have been in this country if Kamala Harris won the presidency? Man, we would have had the whole Africa would have been over here. It would have been packed at the grocery stores. We wouldn't have been able to get nothing to eat. Bro, it would have been seriously crazy, in my opinion. What y'all think though in the chat? Let me
Crooked as hell, but he's incompetent. Walz he should be ashamed. That beautiful land, that beautiful state, and all they do is complain, complain, complain. You have her. She's always talking about the Constitution provides me with. Go back to your own country and figure out your Constitution. All she does is complain about this country. And without this country, she would not be in very good shape. She probably wouldn't be alive right now. So Somalia is considered by many to be the worst country on earth. I don't know. I haven't been there. I won't be there anytime soon, I hope. But what the Somalian people have done to Minnesota is not even believable. It's not even believable. And a lot of it starts with the governor.
It definitely do start with the governor. It definitely do. And then you start here say Ilhan Omar's father never naturalized. 0 records exist. Her claim she got citizenship through him at 17 is a total lie. She has been scamming Minnesota taxpayer and illegally squatting in Congress this whole time.
Facts. Both sides got their weakness, and you can't be real FBA or just a smart person in general if you're just gonna just choose a side just because of side. It's like both of them are working together, in my opinion. I don't feel that, you know, you can't really choose one. You got to see who benefiting you.
So not even just this fraud, just her being here illegally, everything is just starting to come out now. And I showed y'all this before. Even Eric Daughter posted the same thing. Ilhan Omar, she has scammed this country into ballooning her net worth over 46,000%. We need to deport her now. Time to be a serious country, because you got to realize that's the reason why she's freaking out now, because President Trump already done, sent in ICE and all that into Minneapolis. They already been taking illegal Somalis up out of here. That's another reason why, like I said, she's freaking out right now. So it just don't make any sense at all, man. Right. It really don't. So we get right here. It's by Gunther Eagleman. It said, bombshell, Ilhan Omar is done. The rats are scattering and most of them are begging reporters to hear their stories.
Well, now investigators are tracking the web of fraud to other Minnesota Democrats, such as Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Many of the suspects linked to the scheme live in her district, including a restaurant owner who hosted events for her. He has since been convicted of stealing $12 million in COVID funds.
Wow. 12.
Several of the whistleblowers in Minnesota have also told lawmakers they believe the total amount of fraud could total up to more than $8 billion. Governor Tim Walz, who is up for re-election, is under fire for all of this happening under his watch. But he says they have paused these programs. They've brought in outside auditors to get an idea of how far-reaching this fraud was. They're taking steps to keep it from happening again. And he's defending his management of the state while also taking shots at Republicans and the president.
Trump's shutting off the money faucet for fraudsters. Somali pirates in Minnesota looted us for $1 billion with a B. And that doesn't count all the welfare we handed out after importing them here. And now it's time for a refund.
You told me to look into Minnesota and their fraud on visas and their programs. 50% of them are fraudulent, which means that wacko Governor Walz.
But y'all think the Somalis kind of look like Arabs to me too. Like if I would have seen them, I wouldn't have never thought they was Somali. They would have had to tell me. I would have been like, oh, that's an Arab. You from Iraq or you from, one of them India countries. That's what I would have thought by seeing them.
Either is an idiot or he did it on purpose. And I think he's both, sir. We're going to remove them and we're going to get our money back.
The Somalis are upset that the free money and fraud are coming to an end.
We need leaders who will invest in our neighbors, not attack them. The Somali community in Minnesota is the backbone of the state.
Really? We've invested plenty. Billions were stolen. We don't owe the Somalis anything. Now, Tim Walz is under investigation by the Treasury Department and Congress.
They need to focus on the war crimes that are coming up. They need to focus on making life more affordable. They need to focus on the issues they're dealing with. But this is a president in spiral doing nothing to make life cheaper for Minnesotans or Americans.
So Walz lets pirates plunder his booty and he thinks Trump's spiraling.
Somalis in Minnesota, Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar people have been caught stealing billions of dollars. Tax fraud amongst a whole bunch of other fraud. Money that was supposed to be sent kids with autism, amongst other things. And one of the ways how they got away with it is they indoctrinated, convincing the parents of these kids that they had autism. Social services recruiting. No. That money was spent on luxury cars, houses, travel. Donald Trump has terminated the funds. Billions of dollars are missing. And yet, for all you liberals out there, you all still want to continue listening to Ilhan Omar, the one who married her brother to get in the country. Rumors have it, complain and complain all day long. She can't complain where she comes from. Minnesota is a war zone right now. You can have Somalis reaping havoc. They were able to convince our social services. Billions of tax dollars. Wasteful money. This is from the Democratic Party, people. How much longer are we going to continue allowing them to do this? Every single day is something new from these people, from these sickening people. And yet, apparently, liberals and Democrats all around the country got a problem with Donald Trump because of what he said. It stinks over there. I agree with him. It stinks. If you don't think it stinks, it's a disaster, how about you go back? Build yourself up a nice little house. Build yourself up a nice little life. Nah, see, you all ain't gonna do that. You wanna know why? Because this is the United States of America. Land of the free, home of the brave.
This could have went to America, bro. We got a lot of problems that we have. We don't got the resources right now to be helping every country out, sending billions to Ukraine, Venezuela, Israel. Like, this is pissing everybody off, bro. This is tax dollars that people are working for, bro. We got to pay taxes on the money we earn. We're going to have to do that at the end of this month. We got to tally up what our business made, and we got to pay taxes, bro. And then they got to send the money to somebody who they going to, this is going to anger people, bro. I don't know why people saying, man, I don't know why we don't just worry about that. I have to pay taxes. I have to pay the IRS. I want to be the one that's saying we shouldn't have to pay taxes at all because y'all fucking up the money. So to a lot of people, I don't know if y'all pay taxes or not, but this pisses me off to know that my money, thousands of dollars that I could have had doing stuff with, making moves with, is going to immigrants and foreigners. I don't like that. That's what I'm worried about, because I'm shipping my money out. It's going to these people. So yeah, I'm worried about it.
Home of the opportunity. You all come over here and seize that opportunity by stealing billions of dollars.
It's 2016 all over again. Once again, hardworking Americans are being called racist for objecting to having their generosity taken advantage of by overwhelming waves of immigrants. Over the weekend, the New York Times revealed that a massive fraud had taken place in Minnesota's Somali community, posing as charitable NGOs feeding the hungry or protecting the homeless or servicing.
I'm about to drop a dime on them, literally, huh? That's all I got for y'all. Here's a dime, because y'all giving out my money like it's just easy like that. We can't do that. We ain't doing that.
Autistic kids. Nearly 90 Somalis have been charged with embezzling up to $1 billion in government funding dispersed during the COVID pandemic. No children were fed, no homeless were housed. The money was spent instead on luxury cars, mansions, and real estate overseas. And when officials from the Department of Education tried to investigate, the Somali criminals threatened to sue and call them racist in stories that would be sprawled across the news. Can you even imagine being gifted the greatest privilege on earth, the gift of American citizenship, and then turning around and throwing that generosity back in our faces, stealing from the very people who gave you that gift? It is galling. And yet the liberal cable news channels refused to even cover the story until they could make the Somalis the victims of it all, something that President Trump's comments on the story gave them the opportunity to do.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks. We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
The outrage that the president is giving voice to is completely justified. And focusing on his linguistic choices rather than the actual fraud is just a smokescreen for those complicit in it. It's exactly the kind of gaslighting that got Trump elected in the first and second place. For years, Americans who've been upset about the massive pressure mass migration put on their lives were called racist for wanting their government to think about what's best for America's children before thinking about everybody else's. For years, the liberal media called them racist, a basket of deplorables, xenophobic nativists, and haters for the crime of opposing their own disinheritance. Unbelievably wealthy pundits and Democratic politicians went on cable news and called working class folks struggling to make it by working 3 jobs racists for thinking that maybe if the labor market was tighter, they wouldn't have to choose between chicken for dinner and soccer practice for their kids. Maybe if the government hadn't plonked 80,000 migrants into their town, housing wouldn't be as prohibitive. And those factory jobs, well, maybe they would be theirs. It's the immigrants who are the victims, the liberal elites insisted, and then went on to hire those immigrants to clean their homes and watch their kids and mow their lawns, paying them much less than they would have had to pay an American. The outrageous, massive fraud perpetrated by members of Minnesota's Somali community is this exact scenario on steroids. They literally threatened to call Minnesotans racist if they dared to object to being stolen from. But to the left, the only outrage is how Trump talked about the scandal. That's what we learned about America this week. The elites have learned nothing. Donald Trump won the presidency twice by telling the American people, you're not bad for wanting the most basic version of the American dream for yourself and your children. This is your country. You come first. The Democrats will never win back the working class until they can bring themselves to choke out some version of this.
I agree. Now, I got somebody in the chat saying that this all started with Obama. They said they did the research and it started with Obama. What y'all think about that? You think Obama started this? I'm finna open up the chat so y'all can talk. But let me let her finish.
Message and maybe even actually believe it. It's 2016 all over again. Once again, hardworking Americans are being called racist for objecting to having their generosity taken advantage of by overwhelming waves of immigrants. Over the weekend, the New York Times revealed
A massive fraud scandal unfolding in Minnesota, turning into a wake-up call on America's broken welfare system. As more details come to light about scams that bilk taxpayers out of what could be more than one.
Hold on, we got somebody in the chat. They want to speak on this. Let me buzz them in. Let me add them to the stage. Your name Beers. What's up, Beers? Beers, you on? All right, if you ain't saying nothing, I'm booting you off, bro. All right, you out of there. All right, y'all, we back at it. I'm open the lines up.
$1 billion. Yes, they sound like Dr. Evil. It's $1 billion. Welcome to a new hour of America Reports. I'm John Roberts in Washington. That's real money, Sandra.
That is real money. Good to be with you on this Friday, John. I'm Sandra Smith in New York. So one startling example sticking out concerns a program to help recovering addicts find stable housing. Initial estimates for the housing program was for just under $3 million annually. But an indictment shows grifters fraudulently billed Medicaid more than $100 million last year alone. Garrett Tenney is live on this out of Chicago for us. What do you have, Garrett?
Well, Sandra, several of the whistleblowers in Minnesota have told state lawmakers that by the time these investigations are through, they believe the actual size of this fraud, the amount of taxpayer dollars that has been stolen, could be higher than $8 billion. We are already seeing some of that. 2 days into the Small Business Administration's investigation, Secretary Kelly Loeffler says the agency has uncovered at least $1 million in PPP fraud.
Man, they better get all of that tax money from them and not our people. Let me put they better get the money from us. Come back into the chat, Beers. I got you. I sent out the thing. I'll let you.
And the state itself is now looking into the possibility of fraud in another Medicaid program. Minnesota's Department of Human Services is now pausing the issuing of new licenses for disability service providers over concerns of fraud after an explosion in the number of applications for new licenses over the past 5 years, going up 283%, while the number of people needing those services only increased by 25%. Governor Tim Walz, who is up for re-election, is under fire for all of this happening under his watch, but he says they have investigated every claim of fraud that's come in, something whistleblowers dispute, and says the state is taking the steps it needs to keep it from happening again.
We've acknowledged that this is serious, needs to stop. It is stopping. People are continuing to go to prison. I think the good news for Minnesotans to know when that 90-day pause is over and the third-party audits are done, we will have a better picture than we've ever had.
Man, let's see what Beers got to say for us, man, with Obama. You are a liar and a fool. You talking about the dude, I understand. Beers, you there, man? What's good? Beers still ain't here, man. What's going on, Beers? I'm finna have to cut you off, man. Biden administration gave United Nations $200 billion. What? That's crazy, man. Beard said his mic ain't working, bro. I'm gonna have to get you up out of here. All right. Yeah, we gotta get you up out of here. All right. So now we're gonna keep it going.
Which I think is really good.
While all of these investigations are getting underway, Republican lawmakers are sounding the alarm about Minnesota's new paid leave program launching next month that allows anyone in the state, regardless of their citizenship status, to take 12 weeks of paid leave a year paid for by the state.
All right.
GOP lawmakers say the program is ripe for abuse.
It was written so broadly that you can take advantage of it and abuse it, and no one's going to come looking for you. The taxpayers put in a bunch of money to launch the whole thing. So this is going to be the next horrible thing coming out of Minnesota.
And it's important to remember the FBI is also still investigating the massive fraud schemes there. This morning, Attorney General Pam Bondi said there are going to be a lot more arrests on this coming. Sandra?
Okay, thanks for keeping track of it for us. Garrett Tenney in Chicago on that for us.
Yeah,
John.
All right, let's dig deeper into all of this by bringing in Texas Republican Congressman Brandon Gill, a member of the House Oversight Committee, which is now investigating fraud in Minnesota's social services system.
Now, that's stupid MAGA morons keep giving your money to billionaires. And MAGA went down too, you know what I mean? And I think this kind of helped Trump because he was getting a lot of the Caucasian people was turning on Trump. But I think getting them immigrants out of here is what he got back in good graces with his people. Shut down black schools in Chicago and taxed the citizens for more money to pay for these pets. Crazy. We need to be taxing people that come to this country and make money. You need to pay more. It's like, I don't think you should be paying the same thing as an original American. We paying the same thing. No, if you want to come over here so bad, you got to pay the piper. In my opinion, what y'all think about that? But let me let them go.
Congressman, good to have you with us this Friday afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
So
there are plenty of accusations that Governor Tim Walz turned a blind eye to this. And the Wall Street Journal sums it all up this way, quote, Democrats won't acknowledge fraud because they want more Americans on the dole. Welfare is central to their political business model. Republicans who make this scandal about immigration are missing the point and missing an opportunity to educate Americans about the entitlement state grift. What do you say to that?
Well, I would say, first of all, that I agree that the problem is that the wealth.
That's what I'm saying. They should be paying double what we pay Rep. Jill is boss. Salute, man. Who that is? Pamarama. Salute. I preach. But check this out, y'all. We should not be, if you come to this country, you should be paying more than an original citizen. That's what I feel. We need to vote on money being sent anywhere than here. Facts, race. Like, forget the president. I think we could just vote on what you're doing with the money. I'd be perfectly fine with that. I don't even care who the president is. Just vote on how this money is being divvied out and what's going on. And I have no problem. I wouldn't care who the president. If I can follow the money and say, no, you can't do that. No, you can't send money you can't send 30 billion. No, that got to go to us. I wouldn't care who they put up there. You feel me? But if you're going to keep sending our money recklessly, we got to control that.
Welfare state has gotten far too big with almost virtually very few real eligibility checks or anti-fraud provisions. But I do think that there is clearly an immigration component to this as well. You know, the famous
bro, if you go to other country, if you ever been to another country, they know you from America, they're going to want to run you up. They want you to pay more money. Oh, yeah, we can get them for more money. That's how they treat us when we go to other countries. It's like, oh, yeah, he American, man, charge him more. Bro, you got to literally go to these people's country with their currency and be spending your money. Because that's what they tell you to do. Because they trying to pimp you. They trying to rob you and make you spend way more money than you have to.
Economist Milton Friedman famously remarked that you can't have both open borders and a welfare state. And for decades, the Democrats have been trying to have both. They've invited as many people as they possibly could from all over the globe into our communities, including tens of thousands of Somalians into Minnesota, and then opened up the welfare state to provide benefits with almost no anti-fraud provisions whatsoever. And this is the obvious result. We knew this would happen. And yet
I just don't understand the Democrats, bro. Politics in general, but it's like their strategy to me is just so stupid. It's like it's not going to
Democrats are pushing this for political gain.
So still sticking with the Wall Street Journal, Kim Strassel is a great observer of the political condition, not only here in Washington, D.C., but across the country. She writes the lessons of Minnesota's fraud. She says, quote,
Democrats will literally, all the Democrats got to do is pretty much take care of your own. It's like y'all would rather not take care of your own and get people from other countries and put them in hotel suites and food stamp cards. It's just disrespectful, bro, at some point. It's just very disrespectful.
Minnesota raises to alarm level a separate need for reset. The system itself, the government machine, is broken. It's heaving duplicative federal state programs awash in forms and bureaucracies and ancient mainframes has already suffered Soviet-style collapse. The system serves more as a cash machine for criminals than a safety net for the needy. I mean, reforming the system is going to take years. So what do we do in the meantime?
Well, I'll tell you what House Republicans are working on and what we already have done in the president's tax bill, which he signed into law earlier this year, was to start to right-size the welfare state and say, introduce basic ideas like if you are receiving Medicaid or food stamps, you need to either be working or seeking work. We tightened up eligibility requirements. We added in provisions that means we need to check more often whether people who are receiving benefits actually should be receiving benefits. The reality is whenever you have fraud, especially on the scale that we're seeing here, that is money that is taken out of hardworking American taxpayers' wallets and put into the hands of criminals. That's absolutely grotesque. And that's stuff that we need to be laser focused on fixing right now.
So President Trump is really incensed about this. He had very harsh words for the people who were involved in this, as well as some other members of the Somali community in Minnesota. This is what he said yesterday. Listen here.
We're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain.
Congressman, what do you make of what the president said there?
Well, I think the president is pointing out a basic truth that we shouldn't be importing tens of thousands or more people from low trust societies where this type of...
Bro, they sending Somalis away right now. What is you talking about? They can't send Somalis away. Democrats are suckers, of course. You put Trump as the enemy.
Fraud and corruption is common, and it is common in Somalia. And we've got to recognize that whenever we import cultures that accept this type of behavior, we're going to see that type of behavior right here in America. And again, that means taking money from hardworking American citizens and giving it to fraudsters and criminals. That's because of open borders. It's because of mass migration, and it's because of a welfare system that is so large that there's no possible way that you can check that the people who are receiving benefits actually should be receiving benefits.
And if Kelly Loeffler is...
And it's like, how y'all can't figure that out? Y'all able to figure out everybody else who did welfare fraud, food stamp fraud. It's like, we can't figure that out if they doing food stamp fraud or not. That's what's crazy. Stay close to the food supply, water and food. I'm saying they're saying that they can't even much figure out if they doing the crime or not. It's like, I don't understand that. Well, we will all bow to Allah sent over here. Sears, the Somalian scam god. I feel you. Like I said, at this point, if you're a Democrat, you are retarded or evil. I gotta agree with you on that. Obama, man, y'all think Obama was the one who started this, man? Once they brought him from Africa and started, bringing him over here, now they doing it to everybody now. Facts. But we got, that's crazy though, but we got my brother Hood Smart got on here tonight, man. We finna look at Brotherhood Smart, man, on it again. Y'all know how we do before we close it out. But man, I appreciate y'all. He brought them here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, push me on the algorithm. Definitely appreciate that. But here, this is our Brotherhood Smart talking about, he got callers calling in about that. And if y'all want to call in, man, just hit me and let me know.
Another day. Another can.
While people get in here, we'll go ahead and get started.
You can't figure out.
Hey, I gotta ask, what made you get dreads over wigs? I got wigs right now. I had both.
We can't
I have
figure out who's
both.
doing all the food stamp part because them
Said before
jobs
I
say
hopped on the
they don't
internet, I
them
just
the
cut off my
skills that they
dreads.
missing.
Yeah.
You better
Appreciate
join
that,
Somali
Danny.
Mob.
Yeah.
We need to
Beyond the
learn from
King,
him.
what's going on, brother?
We definitely need to learn from him.
There's Williams right there. He's been a monster.
Omar
Yeah,
knows.
y'all. Okay, so these Cowboys.
See what
Affiliated, boy. Hey, that's how you know. That's how you know God loves us. I don't know if God loves the rest of these niggas. Nah, I ain't that too religious, but I know when somebody loves somebody over somebody else. I know when somebody loves somebody over somebody else.
Yeah, now think about it. This guy is half Jamaican, half FBA, but he still stands on the business. So it's like, even if you are an immigrant, even if you from somewhere else, it don't matter. You still got to stand on the business of America. In my opinion. Salute, Pam. I appreciate you. 50% have illegally obtained papers, plus they marry each other, and 30% are pretend single parents. Scamming every which way. 87% on EBT Australia. That's crazy. They know how to maneuver because she's in Congress, so she probably understands how they could catch them and all of that. I can see that. He said, what Somalis are going to do is push up for the bar for black people. Yes. Man, thank y'all for supporting, man. Appreciate you, man. They been coming hard at your boy.
We did this delineation shit just in time. Because imagine if we would have accepted everybody as black. So I said, imagine we would have said, no, we're all black. Boy, we would have been in some shit, boy. we would have been in some shit if we said we all was black with these niggas. Man, listen, when Trump come around telling niggas, I'm not with them. The same way they do to us, the same way when we get in trouble, when we're looking bad, they say, oh, no. Me no nigga. I'm not a nigga. I'm Haitian. I'm African. I'm Nigerian. I'm Igubale.
But do y'all understand what he's trying to say is even the Democratic Party, right? If they're going to get people to undermine the real black people, right? And it's people going to be like, we need to start saying we're not them. Like, you see these people that's in the Black Caucus and the Democratic Party, we not them. They're not really speaking for Americans at all. So we got to let it be known, like, we got to get these Democratic people up out of here.
I'm Bubaba Belisi. Whatever the fuck y'all niggas from, I'm from Gugazelele. Yeah, be that, nigga, fine. Okay, but that, your Ubagalule ass is getting deported, nigga. Your Ubagalule, Odujas that like that. Out of here, nigga. You out.
But can you imagine though if everybody was black and we was just acceptance and we ain't delineate? It's like this would have been crazy. We would have had so much people, bro, that would have been able to just tag along and be a part of our and sink our ship.
You out of here, nigga. Gone, bro. There is no comparison. There is no we are the same. Got me fucked up. Hell nah. Don't bunch me in with them niggas. Yeah. Don't bunch me in with them niggas.
What you mean Don King was FBA? Yeah, Don King was FBA. He said Trump is a pedophilia. False. America owes no debt to other groups of people. You put, brother, let me let him go. Let me let him go though. But this delineation came right on time.
Shit in me. And like I said, this started with that culture gang banging. Yeah. This started with that culture gang banging. Y'all niggas came over here gang banging y'all culture, gang banging y'all history. You made yourselves an easy target. See what I'm saying? And on top of that, this also shows how much power Black Americans have. See what I'm saying? This shows how much power we have because see what happens when we don't rise up for these niggas? You see what happens when we don't rise up for these niggas, when we don't get involved?
And that's what the Democratic Party been doing, playing with us. They'll get black. They know how to get black people riled up, but that's why they need these Somalis in other countries, because they gonna get them wild up if they give them some money. They gonna have to give them something. They ain't finna just wild up for no reason. That's why they paying the pipe.
Appreciate that, Chris. See what happens when we just sit back and just, you know what I'm saying? Just watch these niggas from the computer screen. Just be like, damn, they got that nigga. They put that nigga in the Shark Tank. Oh, he went to Alligator Alcatraz. Oh shit. We're literally watching you niggas get picked up by the ice cream man on live TV. And we sitting back just like this. See what happens? Yeah, nigga eating popcorn. We ain't worried about a goddamn thing, nigga. This shit. Listen, Cuckoo Bird Immigrants, I want to let y'all know something. This shit is the best shit on TV right now. Trump picking you niggas apart is the best shit on TV right now. There's nothing better right now.
And the sad part about it is these people was for Trump too. It's like, why you get over here, right? You made yourself a target, like he's saying, you banging your flags and people looking at you. We got unspoken vibes in the building. Let them get off. Unspoken vibes, what's good?
Yo, what's good, Water God? Appreciate you pulling me up, bro.
What's good, bro? I want to hear what you think about all of this. We going live tonight, man. We going live.
Yeah. First thing I'm gonna touch on is what you just started to touch on, like they voted for a Trump Republican. What I kind of peeped though was like, yo, they voted for Ilhan Omar, who's Somalian, on the Democratic side, and they got Waltz on the Democratic side, and then the presidential election came over, and it was like, yo, Democrats ain't doing shit for our community. I'm sorry for cursing. I know you're on YouTube.
No, you good.
So we're going to Trump, and then Trump switched up on them. So they just do what's in the best interest of their community. But it's real interesting that they have Ilhan Omar and Waltz, who are Democratic, and they pretty much in the state that they're in. So they like, all right, these two are going to look out for us. That's really the only reason they got them voted for him. And then they thought Trump was going to look out for him. They ignored what the rest of the country was saying, all the other issues. It's like, no, he's going to be good for the Somali community. And it backfired on him. So, I mean, they kind of made their own bed.
Exactly. What you think about the Somalis claiming that they're black? How you feel about it?
It's too late for that. Honestly, this is a good moment for Black Americans or FBAs because we really should have delineated sooner. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
And anybody that says delineation or that they say delineation is divisive or xenophobic, it is absolutely not. That's just them wanting to benefit from being associated with Black without actually being the same ethnicity. Because when they interned Japanese Americans for Pearl Harbor, even though Chinese Americans are the same race, they're still Asian. Chinese Americans didn't get reparations. It's for that specific ethnic group of Asians, Japanese Americans, because they were wrong. We can't get no support for our specific ethnic struggle as foundational Black Americans. They all say, oh, we're lazy. Oh, you don't need that. Oh, we weren't there for that. But now the shoe's on the other foot and they want to be Black because they need our support. Now it's too late for all that. Another example for this is like I gotta call them out, the NAACP.
Oh, they crap. Yeah, they're crap. I'm with you on that. Go ahead.
Exactly. Yeah, you get it, because National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. It was originally supposed to be for the better enrichment for FBAs, you know, our struggles and all we went through. Now they help out everybody. It's blank, you know, if you're a POC, you can get help from them. We can't go to the Latino organizations and get help from them. We can't go to the Asian organizations and get help from them because we're Black. They're focused on their race, so to speak. A great example of it was like the Asian community in affirmative action, which was originally meant for foundational Black Americans because of the discrimination we were going against when we're qualified for positions and we weren't getting it. And it didn't affect us at all, by the way. We didn't need it. We weren't the biggest recipients of it. White women was, actually. And that backfired on them. Latino communities talking about we're lazy and all this other good stuff. And they were pushing for, you know, more people from Latin America to come through. Now Trump's talking about, you know, ICE got them deporting all them and the migrants. And the people that came over with that. So every ethnic group that's kind of talked down on us and tried to side or assimilate or stand in close proximity to whiteness. It's all backfiring on them, and it is what it is. Like, they made their own bed. We tried to tell them, and we really should just focus on ourselves and start our fight, and we'll be good. We just build from here.
Right. So what you think the biggest thing delineation is going to do for us? Like, when we delineate, what is it going to stop, I guess, from other people from doing to us?
Oh, well, this is a great example of it, honestly. Like, the way the Somali community was benefiting from all the resources from right there. Like, that could have been back to Americans. Like, we foundational Black Americans, we need those resources. We have veterans that are homeless. We have children that are going hungry. We have education problems. And for some reason, we're sending or giving money to immigrants to come here. For what reason, when we already have problems? I don't know. They say, what were they, refugees or asylum seekers? But yeah, we're giving money to all that. We're giving money to Ukraine. We're giving money to Israel, and over there in that situation, we got problems over here. There's delineation should be just to kind of make sure we bring the focus back on to Americans and American citizens, foundational Black Americans who have contributed to this country since the founding. We fought in every war, every engagement, even when we were used as literal bullet bags. Which one? I think that was Vietnam. And I remember they even changed the regulations for us to join the Army for the draft, because they said we were uneducated. And then they changed the regulations, and then the majority of the casualties, or we had a high percentage of casualties among Black Americans in that engagement. But we don't get any type of respect for what we've contributed to this country, and all these ethnic groups come over here and talk down on us. So I think delineation is going to make us focus forward and on ourselves, and stop giving all our support to these other movements, because they don't do anything for us. Like, I can't think of a single thing any of these other groups have done for Black Americans.
Exactly. Now, I want to address this because a lot of people see that we are taking a stance, talking about the Somalis, anybody that's trying to pretty much cosplay Black people. And it's some people that feel like they think that we're racist, or we don't like cultures, or we don't like these people, or these kind of cultures. Can you explain, like, and let people know? Because they think, like, do you feel FBA is doing this because we're racist and we don't like different cultures, or you think we're doing this to better us?
We're doing this to better us. And first of all, FBA, or Foundational Black Americans, are the most welcoming ethnic group in America, bar none, because we were accepting to everybody. I don't know, we're just the most accepting of all. Tribalism, let's be honest, there's a heavy aspect of tribalism, specifically in African communities. They don't even like each other's on the continent, and I think we fooled ourselves because we had the whole Pan-Africanism aspect. You know, if you see a brother, you know, they're all going to look at us as we're Black. This is America. We knew that. They didn't know that. They didn't understand that. They think just because you're Black doesn't mean, you know, you should you'll be treated the same way. So they try to differentiate from us, and they support or spout white supremacist talking points. And then it's kind of backfired on them. When they spout those white supremacist talking points, also it kind of undermines us and our struggles and what we're trying to achieve. So they aligned themselves against us, and this is the response we're good. We was like, all right, cool. If you guys want to be that, it's cool. We're our own ethnic group anyway. From the beginning, we were just trying to be helpful to everybody that's of color, and it hasn't benefited our community at all.
Facts at all, man. But
exactly.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you tapping in and giving us that, man. We needed that. But yeah, it's a lot of things about FBA people are saying, and a lot of them is that they feel that we're racist because we don't, you know, we're standing on our lineage business, and we just don't want people to play us.
Yeah, anybody that says this because we're xenophobic or racist, they do not have our best interests at heart, because we are our unique ethnic group. And before we were trying to delineate, they were all saying, we know Black, we're not saying all this. Okay, cool. We're delineating now, and now you're xenophobic, you're racist. We're all Black, we're all brother and sister. No, because we're the only black ethnic group in America that has ties, and they can't do anything to us. We've contributed. Everybody knows, even white supremacists, like they can say whatever they want, that we're lesser, that they, all this other good stuff. But the facts is in the history. Like the first person that died in the Revolutionary War was black. Like, and our contributions to inventions. Henry Ford, the black man actually was his George Washington Carver was his advisor.
Yeah.
So we're just stamped all throughout the country in terms of its development, economic and culturally, and they don't have that, and they try to kind of stand in close proximity to us when it's beneficial, but when it's not beneficial, they're really ready to say, yeah, we're not them, and it's we're just tired of it. We're tired of being, the person that holds everybody else's hands and try to help them up and get on their feet, for them to just kind of, when they're on their feet, kick us while we're down, or when they're punching us and swinging at us.
Facts, brother. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you tapping in, man, giving us your opinion. Anytime, man. I want to hear more, everybody's opinion on this, and I appreciate you calling in, man. Anytime you can, I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, likewise. I appreciate your content. You're doing great work. I hope you keep it up, my man.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Awesome. All right, y'all. So there y'all see it. Y'all see a man, another brother giving us his opinion. Let's see what Smart talking about, man. AI.
It's because you niggas asked for it. You niggas asked for it.
Water God, love the way you run your channel.
You didn't think this ass whooping was coming. Y'all got too comfortable. God damn, y'all got too comfortable.
Salute, quit.
Y'all got way too comfortable. Now y'all niggas getting the fuck out of here. And he ain't saying black people gotta go. He ain't saying niggas gotta go. He's saying your ass gotta go. You gotta go out of there. Yeah, all that black people ain't got no power. Black Americans ain't got no power.
Fact, Robert.
You right. You right. Oh, they stole the land from you, nigga. You have no power, nigga. Okay. Fine. All right. Since I have no power, since my land has been stolen, let me go ahead and sit back just like this. You know what I'm saying? Kick my legs up, you know what I'm saying? And just watch you niggas. Because you told me I had no power. Remember?
They say we don't got no power, we don't got no culture over here, and it just seems like everybody be duplicating us. And this is why we got a problem with migrants coming over here, because it's like we seeing it year after year. Y'all know Dr. Claude Anderson said that your black politicians will not speak up on immigration. When the last time y'all heard a black politician? It took Trump to have to stop immigration to come in here. What black person that we see in our politics speak up about immigration, in for our demise? Nobody never said anything. No black person. And when I heard Claude Anderson say that, I knew that we're going to have to cancel the Democratic Party, and anybody, the Boule, all of our black politicians, they don't represent us. They got other people looking at them like, what are these guys talking about? Because they're faces of a whole nother political plan. But let me let them.
You remember you told me I don't control nothing in America? You remember that? Okay. You right. My bad. You right. Yeah. That's my fault. You right. What was I thinking that I had some power? Silly me. Let me just be quiet and watch you niggas get y'all ass packed up. And we ain't gonna say shit for you niggas. Right. Get a couple people on here. Yeah, y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's just perfect timing. That's all it is. Biblo, yo, Bobby. How you doing, man, sir?
It's just a matter of time before it's your time, AI.
Oh, yeah? When is that? What time is that?
You're always in the menu.
Oh, okay. When?
Yeah.
You're always in the menu.
So why are we not being brought up now?
Every time I tell you, man, 50 states, 2,000 murders each states every year. You guys going down. The Spanish people that's killing y'all.
Wait, hold on, brother. I appreciate it, but can you say that again, but in English this time, and don't use hyena math. Use real math, not hyena math. I know your hyena paws only got 2 or 3 claws on it, but nigga, use real math. Go ahead, say it again. One more time.
To the people.
I said 2,000 murders for 50 states. Each state. 2,000 murders every year. You guys on the menu too. These fucking crackers killing y'all too. You know? You ain't saying nothing new.
Really? Oh, okay.
You're on the menu too. 50,000
you know what?
murders.
Oh, I get it. I see what's going
2,000
on.
murders.
I see what's my bad, Bibelo. My bad. I forgot, brother. You're talking about menus because you're used to being on the hyena menu. You're used to being on the lion menu. So you coming over here talking about some damn menus, nigga. Nigga, we ain't never stopped worrying about white people, nigga. We try to tell you niggas about that. You came over here for this shit. We know who we dealing with, nigga. It's your sorry ass who came over from the bushmeat, the world of bushmeat and hyena ass coming over here acting like we don't know what the fuck going on, nigga. Right. Talking about 2,050 states. Nigga, y'all unalive yourselves right now in the continent of Africa. Nigga.
That's what you're doing.
Y'all only unalive each other.
Black don't
nigga
because ways vote on Democrat. Exactly.
Right. Yeah, this monkey jungle nigga. You know, they always come. And this is how they fight back. They fight back. Hold on, brother. Hold on. That was enough hyena nut line. They fight back by coming on here and lying. And trying to say, you too, nigga, you too, nigga. Nigga, we ain't never stopped fighting. So we ain't concerned. But since you brung your hyena dressing ass over here, right, we smelt you from down the street, and we try to tell your smelly ass, hey, brother, hey, don't trust the white boys. Don't trust the white boys. And you still went over there and trusted them. And now they on your ass now, nigga. We told your funky, monkey smelling ass to not trust them. And this is what happened, brother. You got your bags packed up? You ready to go, Bibelo? You ready to get up out of here? You need help, nigga? That nigga probably packing up right now. That nigga probably packing up right now. Get his funky ass up out of here, man.
Yo, brother AI.
Granny, talk to me, brother. What's good?
Yo, man. I knew that nigga Donald was serious about that shit, dog. Yo, look here, man. This guy said, not black people, bro. He says, though, everybody from any third country, bro. And he was so serious, he didn't even want to come to the G20 summit in South Africa, bro. That's how I knew, hey, man, everybody's packing now, bro. Everybody's going. Everybody's leaving, bro. That's insane, dog. Shit, everybody's just gonna have to come back and fix their own country, man. I mean, hey.
I'm for that. I don't think nothing's wrong with that, bro. Fix the country you rep that you got so much pride for. It makes sense to me. And we need to fix our country because this country is not ran by the people of this country. It's ran by people in another country. So this is why we got to fix our country because y'all coming over here, you looking, it's just a bad look with what's going on with foreign aid. We sending so much money in foreign aid and we see y'all over here from another country. It's just going to lead to bad things going to happen.
That's it.
Simple as that, big dog.
That's it. I don't see what the problem is. Nigga, listen, the nigga just sending you niggas back home. Y'all overstayed. We don't want you guys as guests anymore. We want you back home. I say it's a win-win.
Want to talk to us?
But anyways, let's get some other people.
I just hopped on this just to learn, bro. I'm an African myself. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to
Hold on, brother. Give me 1 second.
He African, so
we have an order going in. Motivational keys, brother, talk to me.
Yeah, I wanted to know why the hell y'all ain't fighting back. Why y'all let these white boys take y'all land like that?
Don't talk crazy.
How we not fighting back?
You're a coward.
Motivational keys, where you from?
I'm from Jamaica.
Why you not in Jamaica right now?
Because I'm here. I'm in both.
You're in both? Doing what?
Yeah.
Doing what?
Taking advantage.
Lie, nigga. You're in Publix, Walmart, and all the convenience stores in aisle 7, stealing all the bleachers, nigga. That's what the fuck you doing over here. Stealing all the bleachers. Nigga, I went yesterday to get some cleaning supplies, and I tried to go to aisle 7 for some bleach, and I see your ass grabbing all the goddamn bleach. Nigga, what the fuck is you doing? What the fuck is you doing? Half your arm was white already. Half your arm was already white. What the fuck is this? The fuck kind of crazy? What the fuck kind of Jamaican Rastafarian shit is this, nigga?
What y'all with baby?
God damn this, nigga. Listen, brother. We use bleach here to clean our house, brother. Stop using the bleach for your skin. So could you stop coming over here with your funky Jamaican dread smelling ass?
Nigga stole your land, bro.
Smoking hyena nuts out your pack and coming over and stealing all the bleach. Nigga. Damn, nigga.
You talking about
shit.
Bro.
Anyway, let's move on.
Listen, if your land is conquered, you can't be telling people to fight when we've been fighting here for the longest. Like, how you gonna say that when in your land, you need to be worrying about your piece of land and what them people need to fight?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Talk to me, man. What's your name? Where you from?
I'm just curious to know. My name is Africa. I'm from West Africa. I'm just curious to know because I heard you call the brother a monkey. I was
gotta claim a country.
I was not part of all the conversation, but you call him a monkey, and to me, that's what the white people call all black people all around the world. So it's very fascinating for me to hear a black man actually calling another black person a monkey. That tells me your kind of ideology and mentality can be stemmed from you feeling the close proximity to whiteness. Because I will not call any black person a monkey, even though they're not monkeys. And yeah, that's why I came up.
I gotta say this again. I said it before in the last, but they be saying you calling another black person. The reason we call black people black in America is because they got named after the Blackfoot tribe. A lot of people in other countries think it's because of their skin color. They don't think that this came from an actual tribe. It's a tribe of people that was Blackfoot that they got it from. So
just curious, you know, and in reference to the bushmeat, I love bushmeat. I'm an African. I think it's very healthy for us, actually. It's very pathetic that most Black Americans always try to come for Africa when it comes to bushmeat. Nothing is wrong with bushmeat. It's some kind of meat. Like, you guys think it makes us feel sad, or it makes us feel embarrassed?
Hold on. We know y'all niggas don't have a problem with bushmeat. That's the fucking problem. Hold on. That's the problem. The problem.
Before he get off on there, man, we got Corey Green in the chat. Corey, what's good, family? We people are not Indian. We people are not Indian. Corey, you there? Damn, Corey ain't on the line for it. Corey, your mic ain't working, man. Just words can't deport him. Let me know when you back on, bro. What's up with y'all mics lately?
Is you don't think anything wrong with eating monkey ass. So when I say,
why do you think that bothers us, though?
Ma'am, you came on my panel to talk about your ingredients.
I was trying to understand why you call them.
Hold on. You came on my panel to talk about your secret Krabby Patty ingredients.
Oh, if you listen,
right. You obviously.
Why you call him a monkey? That's why.
I'm calling you monkey because you're eating.
First off, this is satire. He's doing satire. So if y'all taking everything that he's saying and taking it as he's doing satire, bro, this is entertainment. He's not just
eating the monkey.
Not me, not at all, honey. I think you resemble.
Okay, so I'm calling certain people monkeys because y'all eating the monkeys. You are what you eat. If you're walking around eating monkeys,
I look like monkey at all. You have more facial hair than me. You're much thinner than me, so I'm not sure.
Wait! I thought you didn't care about the bushmeat.
We don't care about the bushmeat at all.
See, people, that's what it is when it comes to us. When we make fun and we having jokes with people, they just feel so bad. It's like, bro, we're joke. You eating bushmeat? We saying that. It's just kiki laugh and try it again. It ain't that serious. Y'all be so in your.
But I just
So
saw
why
the
are
fact
we
that you
talking
call
about
someone
bushmeat
else.
ingredients?
You
Why
call
are we
someone
talking
else
about
a
bushmeat
monkey,
ingredients?
and that's how the white tea people call you as well, a monkey. So it's very diabolic for you to use that term and refers to it to another black person. I think it's just a mentality of a white tea proximity, and that needs to change. You can be what the fuck you want to be if you want to be a native, whatever the fuck you are, but don't be calling someone else monkey. So that's all I came up with. Thank you for having me.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Have a great.
Yeah. Right.
If you not a monkey,
Oh, let her say.
Wait.
Recipe for the
Hold on,
bushmeat soup. Why'd you
I
drop the
I wanted to ask her that, but she left. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to ask her what's in the bushmeat. You know what I'm saying? What's in the bushmeat? Like we got to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? You said it's healthy, but you
make soup.
You didn't.
That's what I'm saying. That's one thing about us. We're gonna joke on you. We're gonna make jokes about you. You gotta laugh it and be cool with it. If not, stay in your feelings and call us. Oh, you guys are. I'm upset with you guys, bro. Y'all do the same thing when y'all talk about us. It's just we go way harder on y'all, but they talk the same trash about us, and we don't be saying nothing. We don't be acting this sensitive, bro.
Tell us the ingredients. See what I'm saying? So listen, she said a couple key things. I mean, you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? You got monkeys in your goddamn menu. I mean, goddamn, sooner or later, you're gonna grow an ass, grow a tail, motherfucker. But she said something about
chicken.
She said
you eat chicken, so you a chicken head.
So she said something about close to the white proximity. And I find that interesting because, ma'am, you came to this country for white people. Last time I checked, they're the ones who gave you the access to come here. So in your land that had 0 white people, why would you come somewhere where they're the majority on the land? So who really wants proximity to whiteness? Because if you hate white people so bad, why not just stay in a continent where there is no white people? So who wants to get closer to white proximity? You or me? Just because I'm calling your ass, I said you smell funky like a monkey. That's what I said. I ain't say you might look like one too. Funky like a monkey. That's what I said. Anyways, Miss O'Dell, go ahead.
You know what? Skip me. I'm going to let him go first. I'm disappointed because everybody thought Granny was locked in the cabinet behind you. And then I didn't get the recipe for the bushmeat soup. I really wanted that fucking recipe. So I'm going to wait. I'm sure they're coming with that recipe.
She's going to come back on. She'll be back. All right, brother, talk to me. What's going on? Random.
Corey
I'll meet you, my brother, Random.
And Corey Green.
Yeah, what's up, bro? Man, my name is Freezy, actually. I'm from Congo. Yeah, I'm an African, but I grew up out here. I've been here since I was 10 years old. I ain't even gonna. It's some stuff that I've been seeing, like with some.
Corey Green, you there? Corey, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
What's good? I can hear you, man.
All right, much respect, brother. I appreciate you in the platform, man, for sure.
Oh man, no problem, bro. I appreciate you coming on, man. What's good, man? What you got? What point you want to make tonight?
Yeah, so I lived in Africa from August 2025
Mm-hmm.
from August 2024 to 2025.
Okay, for 1 year.
I was there. I was in Namibia. I was in South Africa. I was in Johannesburg. I was in Windhoek, which is the capital. You know, Johannesburg is the capital of South Africa, and Windhoek is the capital of Namibia. And then I was in Kenya for 6 months. I was in Nairobi and Mombasa for 3 months apiece.
Are you in the military?
I'm prior service. I'm prior Air Force. But I just travel a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like outside of the military, I travel a lot. And I'm a contractor on the side too. So I just, I travel. Yeah, a lot of, yeah. So I just want to say one thing. Number one, they're like hostile to us in these countries. They're not, you know what I'm saying? And not only are they hostile to us, they're hostile to other non-locals in general. You know what I'm saying? They give priority to Indians, to Jewish people, to Chinese people, to Indians. In Nigeria, you got a school that's exclusively for Indians. In Ghana and all these different countries. And then you want to run over here and talk about, well, he's making fun of us for eating bushmeat. It's like, bro, with Africans, they're like a problem. Can I speak freely? I'm not gonna curse.
Yeah, speak freely,
but
bro.
Can I please speak my mind?
I want you to speak freely.
Yeah, they're Africans collectively are like a problem for the black race. Number one, you guys didn't. But majority of these countries, they didn't fight for freedom. You know what I'm saying? You have some of the, South Africa and Namibia, which is why I went to those places. They kind of fought a war, But for the most part, you know, they're very docile. They give priority to white people, and they're very xenophobic. They're hostile and tribal towards other groups of black people, particularly black Westerners who go over there who's doing well. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell any FBA or any other type of person who goes to Africa, if you're going over there as a black person, be prepared to, number one, be begged. Niggas is going to be begging you endlessly. And number two, be prepared to put your hands and feet on somebody because they real disrespectful. And that's their culture, the arrogance with the Somalians, and how Ilhan Omar, she's sitting up here talking about how great how the you know, and the other dude you played earlier when they're the white boys interviewing them in Minnesota, and he's like, well, he doesn't have the authority and this and that. And it's like, bro, that's the president of the United States. Truth be told, he can get you up out of here tomorrow if that's what he really genuinely wanted to do. He's just bringing attention to the issue so that all Americans see what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? There are problems. The Somalis specifically are a problem in Kenya. It's videos of them stomping on the Kenyan flag in Kenya at soccer games. I'm sure you know. Many people don't know, but yeah, there's an organization called Al-Shabaab. It's an Islamic terrorist group headquartered in Somalia. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, if you look at the I'm clicked in with the geopolitical aspect of things. When you look at Somalia, they got a whole separate country called Somaliland that don't want to be bothered with the Somalians. Somaliland they're an independent nation. They have democratic elections. They got their own standing military. They got their own economy. But for some reason, the rest of the world won't recognize them. Right? So that's the UN and the rest of Europe playing Somalia and Africa against each other, right? But the problem is the Somalis, they're gonna play ball because they're getting money. They're getting 50% of the Somalian economies of remittances from them living in Kenya, them living in the US and other Western nations. So when your economy is 50% coming, and it's not based off nothing produced. So they got livestock, they have cattle, and they have remittances. That's the 2-3 things that they have in their economy. And then they coming over here and they mad arrogant with it. You know what I'm saying? But then you go to their homeland, because I'm not going to let Kenyans off the hook either. You go to Kenya, you go to Mombasa, the Kenyans don't run shit. The local men don't run nothing. Okay? It's Indian dudes who's the middle managers with the banks and the large corporations. You got the Chinese over there. The Chinese are the ones that's developing Nairobi in terms of all these, nice luxury apartments and all that old type of shit. That's not coming from the local Africans. You got the Vietnamese over there involved in their natural resources. And the Vietnamese are not even, it's a second world. I've been to Vietnam too. I lived there for 3 months. That's a second world country. That's some shit that's still developing. I got a lot of respect for them as a people, but how you getting outmaneuvered in your own homeland by Vietnamese people, by Chinese people, by India? You can say whatever you want about FBAs, but they're not going to come to our neighborhoods and disrespect us in America. And if you do, you're getting shut out. You're getting shut down. All that shit is a wrap. We're not going to let you come and disrespect us and violate. And then, for all the Africans and whoever else in the chat talking about, well, why are you not talking about the Asians and the this and the that? Bro, everybody's on notice right now. Everybody's on notice. If you've been conscious for the past 72 hours, you've seen that everybody's pleading online, talking about Black Americans this and Black Americans are so great. So everybody sees what it is. We're the foundation of the country. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about what the native people got to say and this people and that. We are the foundation of the country, and we're not going to let the Democrats, whoever else, introduce these people who come from these destroyed homelands where there's no order, there's no masculinity, because that's another thing we got to talk about, the differences with our culture and their culture. There's no masculinity. I could never go to another man's house and eat up and put my feet on the table and act like I'm really doing something, and I'm eating off his plate, and I haven't even contributed. And you coming over and you feel like you're so entitled, but when you acting like, and then that's another thing, you acting like it's so great in your homeland, but you never there. Even this Nigerian chick that's on Hood Smarts Live right now. You talking all that stuff, but they never be home though. Y'all never be home. Y'all be anywhere but home. The only Africans that really stay home is the Southern Africans. And the reason that they stay home is because their homelands were literally developed, organized, and set up by white people. You know what I'm saying? So they have it a little bit better. I'm saying this as somebody that been to Johannesburg. I done been to Cape Town. I've been in and out of there. You know what I'm saying? It's in Africa, if it's development, it's somebody that ain't African that's doing the development. That's what it is. And instead of them being men, because the problem is the men, instead of them standing up as men and building and fighting for something and getting legislation changed, like we do, right? Even if you don't want to fight a physical ground war, okay, which to me is crazy. Because they have the numbers in every African country. Black Africans are 90% of the population. So how is it that in Mauritius, which is a small island off the coast of Africa, In Mauritius, it's a bunch of Indians that run everything, and they're hostile to Africans. Now, mind you, this is an African island. Why you not going over there flooding the zone? Why you not? Why you got the Nigerians and all these different groups of people? Why you not going over there and conquering your shit? Why you running over here up under us? And that's another thing that kills me. Like in DC, you get Water God. You let me know if I'm like babbling or if I'm
go ahead,
over.
bro. I'm gonna ask you a question in a minute, but go ahead.
Yeah, this is my last point. In DC, what's in DC? You got a bunch of Ethiopians, Somalians, this and that. You got a bunch of light bulb Tweety Bird heads over there. They drop them off in our neighborhoods, and then they act like they doing something fly because they got straight hair or whatever the case may be. You can easily look up the origins of people from the Horn of Africa. These are Cushitic, Hamitic people. These are basically heathens. I don't know how involved people are in religion, but these are not people who are promised anything. These are people who were colonized by Arabs and forced to mix with Arabs thousands of years ago because the whole Eastern Africa was essentially the first slave trade, the first major slave trade in the world. As a matter of fact, to this day, in Libya, you got an open air slave port with West Africans right now and East Africans right now. Right now, in this moment, when they killed Gaddafi, when they worked with the Europeans of America to kill Gaddafi, they opened up that whole shit for slavery. And instead of you doing something about that, you trying to hide in an inner tube of a ship so that you can get over here. And then you want to come in and disrespect the only black people. Go ahead.
And I'm with you. Now, I got a question for you. When you went over there to them countries, which country, which one of them was the worst? Like you would be
Kenya by far. Kenya by far, because Kenya is administered by the black Africans. So it's very unorganized. It's chaotic. You know what I'm saying? It's they're very jealous. They're very, they got this real anti-light skin thing too in these countries, man. They're very anti-light skin. They're very because they allowed white people to come there and mix with them and rape them and create a whole new class of people who they classify them now as coloreds. So you know how we got red bones and mixed people or whatever the case may be. They over there, it's a whole different race over there, and they don't like them, but then they give priority to the whites and then they attack the colored people. So Africans as a collective is just an L. It's as a group, it's an L. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I say this because you're 90% of the population in each of these countries. I don't give a fuck which tribe you are, Kikuyu, Membutu, Umbutu. I don't care what tribe you are. If you're 90% of the population and you see that this outside population of Europeans or Chinese is aggressive towards you, why can't you organize at least a militia, you know what I'm saying, and do something about it? If instead you want to run to where we are and then further undermine us, and you don't understand that you're weakening black people globally. You're weakening the position of black people globally by attacking the only black people who fought for black people globally. And then another thing, I didn't been to Thailand. I didn't been to Vietnam. I've been to Cambodia and all these other places. And the issue, one of the biggest issues that I run into is a bunch of Africans there and they standing around loitering like a bunch of Negroes in Harlem, just standing around. I'm like, yo, why don't you organize and do something so that you can get respect? But no, see, we got to go over there and we got to get into it with these people and we have to push the buttons because the Africans, they didn't been around on that side of the world for so long and they do nothing. They talk about we're slaves and we ain't this and we ain't that. We're Jareers and we're Akatas. But dude, you are still enslaved in your homeland. Colonization was slavery, but worse because it's in your homeland. So if you want to go by, okay, let's say that the transatlantic slave trade was true and they brought us over to America. At least this is a land that we're supposed to be foreign to, which that's a whole different conversation because we're not foreign. But imagine we were foreign. We're not anywhere near 30% or 50% of the population. You know what I'm saying? We're roughly 15 or 20% of the population and we still put in more work. You got whole countries, bro. You got whole countries, B. You got Ghana. What happened to Kwame Nkrumah? He was exiled from Ghana by his own people. Patrice Lumumba of the DRC, murdered by his own people. Thomas Sankara, another one, murdered by his own people. And then you come over here and you throw in a Pan-African Kufi and you start talking to us about Marcus Garvey and how great he is. And that's another thing for the Jamaicans talking about, oh, well, y'all got land and y'all ain't fighting for it. Bro, 90% of Jamaica is a giant resort that's run by whites, Jews, and Indians. And the Chinese. So it's like, what do you don't even have access to your own beaches. You don't control the resources. That's not that. So you can say whatever you want about us. Sure, we're 15% of the population, whatever. But at the end of the day, you are the majority population. You're supposed to dictate things when you have the numbers, bro. But y'all are so like just culturally, they're just like, again, I don't want to get into IQs and things like that because that's white supremacist talk. But this is serious. There's a serious intellectual problem. There's a moral problem in Africa, in the Caribbean. There's an intellectual problem. And we can have a whole different conversation about how loose the women are over there, how the women over there prioritize foreigners over the local men. we could talk about that because y'all are not handling business. And it's the same thing in all these places. And I didn't been to Colombia. I'll never go back there. The shit, any dude, FBA dude that been to Colombia, you know how it is down there. You can get access to
things. Yeah.
Bro. So yeah, go ahead. But yeah, go ahead, Water God. I'm just real passionate about this topic.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you is, bro, because that's how we all is on this topic. We want to get this right with our people, but I gotta ask you a question. When them people come over here, right? And they come over here and they're in politics, do you feel like just from how you've seen Africa over there, you've seen how crazy it is, do you feel like they make a better candidate over here than a real foundational American? Do you think they make a better candidate than putting us in these positions here?
Listen, they don't even know the history. They don't know our history. They don't know their history. So imagine somebody coming over here. They don't know nothing. They're raised to worship white people. They're raised to go along to get along. Why would I want that in my political class? It's bad enough that we have all these Boule Coons, all these, Roland Martins, all these weird people, all these college professors and these so-called intelligentsia who's supposed to be putting on for us. It's bad enough we got to deal with that in our own community. We don't need more you tethers coming over here disrespecting us, talking about we need to learn your culture and we need to do this and how you telling me what we need to do, and your homeland is not in order, bro. Your homeland is not in order. So how are you going to try to participate? So you want to come over and participate in a functioning, because the American political system is not ideal, but it's the best one in the world. So you want to come and participate in a functioning system so that you can do what you was doing back home, which is engage in tribalism and scamming at a higher level. That's really the only reason that they joined these political parties in the first place. And then my thing with the white people is like, how are you letting somebody who married her brother come over here and be a player in politics? And not only that, you give her a white man, and then the white man's investment firm, you triple the value of the investment firm within a year. And then you just said she got a lien on the house, but you know that she's involved in an ancestral relationship with her brother and all this so weird, possibly her father, all this so weird shit. But then again, you got to look at it and say, but that's the same thing that they practice here. That's the same thing that the European practices, right? Yeah. So they're two peas in a pod, bro. That's what I've since I traveled the world, I've come to realize the Asian, the Latino, all these people are the two peas in the same pot, and it's about time for us to wake up and realize what's going on with these people, because they scamming, they tethering on our culture, and then they hate. It's like, how many I don't know where what part of the country you're in, but if you're in New York City, it's all these yo Latinos. They got the hat on backwards and they got the Jordans on, they got the Nikes on. But if you read Malcolm X's autobiography, he talked about this. He talked about the people that's so involved in the culture and these yo people. Those are some of the worst people. And we think, oh, well, he likes hip hop. He's making Mexican hip hop. But what you don't understand is that they're telling their daughters not to sleep with you. They're telling their family we need to lighten the race, which is the same concept that the Europeans, that they implemented that in South America. They implemented that in Africa. Africa is the #1 skin bleaching place in the world. They skin bleach more than Asians do. The Africans skin bleach more than Asians do. So then you go over there, brother Water God, look into what you do with your indigenous looks and your indigenous hair and your features, and they want to kill you because that's what they want. They want to be you.
Want that look. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Yeah. So to answer your question, no, they shouldn't be involved in our politics because they don't have their shit in order back home. That's why they got to run.
Damn. Because it's either one or the other. You either boule in our politics, you either an immigrant, a tether. It's rarely that I can see a grassroots black person, like really grassroots in there.
Well, that's because for so long, you've had the boomers in our community who signed on to the interracial sex game. They signed on to the civil rights game. They signed on to the drug game and the sexual revolution of the early 70s, late 60s. They signed on to all of that. They signed up for the feminism. They signed up for all these different things. And then they raised Gen X to be, and I'm not, no disrespect to Gen X. I'm saying Gen X went through a lot. Gen X was the first crack babies. The Gen X had to do, I'm a millennial. So, okay. So you have these people who's generationally cooning. And then the youth are the people that are waking up because we're the ones that's getting mistreated in public. We're the ones that get disrespected. We're the ones that get all this hate and all this weird animosity towards us. You know what I'm saying? When we're moving and shaking in public. So now we got to come behind all of this cooning that's been going on. All these different people like, who's the dude I got beat up on that bridge in Selma? All these John Lewis and all these other coons who's been cooning for the same people that was around MLK, was the same people who's working with the CIA to kill MLK. So we have to talk about this history, how a lot of our organizations were co-opted from the beginning, or they put these people of color around us to co-opt these. So the American government is guilty of war against its own American citizens.
Exactly.
And that's the conversation that we need to be having. The tether, because really, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Neely Fuller Jr., but Neely Fuller Jr. talks about racial population tailoring, and that's what they're doing right now with importing all these hostile foreign immigrants. And the reason that they're hostile is because the CIA has set up these different programs like Radio Free Asia, USAID, and all these other programs that they set up with propaganda that's anti-black. When they do these interviews for these people to get these visas, they make sure that these people are self-hating coons, and then they send them on over. Oh, you got that skin bleach? You trying to straighten up your hair? Oh yeah, come on over. We'll give you priority. I'm saying they're not really letting the riders over, which truth be told, Africa don't have many riders. The average African person don't know much about nothing. And I'm not saying that to be disparaging, but I'm just saying that these people, they're like 300 to 400 years behind in terms of development, in terms of mindset. These people are essentially, and now they always want to talk about these ancient empires. You know, they're coasting off the Mali Empire and the Songhai Empire. All that shit that happened in the past is irrelevant because you've been conquered in your own homeland. You've been conquered and domesticated in your own homeland to the point where now your elites who signed these deals with their colonial European masters after the Berlin Conference, they're shitting on you. They don't do nothing for you. You're not a priority. So instead of you organizing back home to do something and fighting the fight, you want to come over here where we fought and try to benefit off it. And I don't even have a problem with that, but you want to be disrespectful and look down, talk about what we were. And then it's like, oh, our culture, the culture. And I'm like, well, bro, culture is what a people do. You don't develop. As a matter of fact, in Mombasa, they don't have roads, Water God. I'm telling you, the roads that are being, the interstate highways that are being developed now, the Kenyan government had to take loans from the IMF, from the World Bank, just to build roads in their country. So you don't have a proper taxation system. You don't have a proper representation system. If you want to be tribal, okay, set up a council of tribes, appoint 2 or 3 elders from the tribes, and then get your politic game popping like that. Instead, you trying to follow behind the European, you trying to set up a presidential system and a democratic system. Bro, that's not going to work.
It never worked.
The European approach don't work for everybody. Maybe you need to have a confederacy like the natives had. Maybe you do need to have a theocracy like some of the Arab nations had. You have to look at things that are going to work for you. I can't eat. Some people are allergic to broccoli. Some people got to have spinach. Some people got to do it this way. Some people got to do it that way. But all they want to do is follow behind the European. That's all they do is follow behind the European, and they prioritize the European. So for this girl to be talking about he's trying to prioritize whiteness when this brother's sitting here looking like a black Seminole, and you talking about he's trying to prioritize whiteness, but then I go over to Nigeria and his videos, it's evidence of y'all begging white people for money. The minute they touch down, you offering your bussy to get money from the white dude, and then you looking at me and you asking me, well, brother, can I get $1 for supper? And I'm looking at you like, bro, ain't you working right now? Why are you looking at me for money? So it's so many different problems with Africa, but the number one problem is the lack of manhood, the lack of masculinity. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to fly in FBA neighborhoods. You can't never beg another man for something and expect to get your respect in the neighborhood. That ain't going to happen. You're going to get played out. The women ain't going to deal with you. You're going to be ostracized for moving like a biatch. And that's the problem with many of these other groups, the Latinos, the Asians, the Africans. They move like biatches. And that's just what it is. So I rest my case.
Yeah, man. I'm so glad you called in. We needed that energy. We needed that passion, man, because you said it. You said a lot, bro, but you definitely... I agree 100%. You know, I didn't know that much about Africa, but now that I know, I can understand where you're coming from. Y'all need to go back and build that if you was a man. You know what I mean?
Right. As a man, because they basically abandoned their homeland and then they want to come over here and try to pretend to be us. And I'm like, that's not, because if you're so proud of your culture, why are you trying to assimilate into another culture? It's okay to assimilate into Americanness, but you can never be Black Americans. You can never be that. You've never produced a Michael Jackson. You've never produced a Michael Jordan. You've never produced a Terrence Bud Crawford. You've never produced a Devin Haney. You've never produced a Randy Moss. You've never, and that's just
party. Yeah,
right. That I mean, the SWAPO party in Namibia. The SWAPO party is the number one party in Namibia. Do you think that they've developed hospitals and education centers for their people? No, the first thing that they do is they build up a huge temple to themselves, a huge golden statue to the leader of SWAPO, but then you go out in the street and the average person don't got none. It's women that's walking down in the downtown area with Windhoek trying to sell their bodies just to survive. So you got your priorities out of line. You trying to follow behind Europeans and whatever Europeans do, or whatever you think Black Americans is doing, instead of taking care. They want to get involved in fashion and they want to be involved in entertainment. And I'm like, bro, before you get involved in fashion and entertainment, set up a sewage system, set up a public works system, set up a mail delivery service, do the basics, and then you will naturally get to the next level. That's the problem that they have. They're trying to compete with the rest of the world, talk about Africa's rising, and then you go to Africa and it's a big pile of garbage and shit just sitting there, and everybody's just walking around it like we're playing fucking Resident Evil 5. It's like, come on, man, we got to do better than this, bro. So I'll land my plane there, brother. I appreciate you for having me. I'm definitely gonna come back on. I'm gonna keep hitting the super chat, and I'm gonna have my own channel soon, so maybe we can collaborate or something like that.
They were just saying that in the chat, man. We're gonna have to collab on some stuff because you're going passionate, bro, and I think you would do good. Definitely on that.
For sure, bro. Much respect. Thank you for having me, bro. I'm gonna tune back into the bro.
Salute. All right, man. Y'all hear it, bro. Africa 500 years behind. And I be seeing all these dancing ass videos that they doing. Like, y'all doing all these dances, trying to copy Black American dances. Y'all need to be building that infrastructure. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, I kind of agree with the American, how y'all feel in certain things. But, bro, you kind of had me wild with the monkey shit that you were doing. That shit is crazy. That's wild as fuck, bro. And you
So he said he feel how we feel. I feel how the Americans feel. If you don't feel how the Black Americans feel, you ain't right. It's like you're weird. Because if this was in your country and you didn't want to stand up and stop people from cosplaying you, that's just not a manly thing.
say like what you eat, bro. Are you a chicken because you eat chicken, bro? Like that's kind of off.
I'm just saying, nigga. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be staring at you niggas. Sometimes y'all got this look in your eyes. You be looking like this. And I be like, why these niggas walk around looking like that? And then when I see what's on your plate, the same way you look is the same thing that's on your plate, but looking dead. So I'm like, oh, that's why them niggas, that's why y'all be standing so hard. Y'all be looking like what you just ate. Like, bro, I was in Walmart. I just told y'all that I was in Walmart the other day. Hold on, brother. I was in Walmart the other day. I seen this big ass African looking at me like this. Like he was about to chimp out, like, oh, just slow down, nigga, calm down. What the fuck? But now I see what the problem is. You guys are eating the facial expressions of the monkeys you're unaliving. I get it now. It don't work the same with chicken. What we eat, you know what I'm saying? We don't have that same effect. But for some reason, there's something in that monkey. There's something in that monkey that got you niggas.
I was looking like I've been fucking a lot of African Americans my whole life.
Brother, maybe you could, brother. Hold on, brother. Maybe you can explain to me how that works. How does this work? Like, why is it that you guys look like the facial expression of the monkeys that you ate? Go ahead.
Facts. Ain't nobody going to Africa.
Go ahead, brother. Your mic muted.
Yeah, my fault. But I see some fine ass goddamn Africans just as much as I see some fine ass Americans. But I don't know what you like.
I ain't call nobody ugly. I didn't say nobody was ugly.
You saying, bro,
I ain't call nobody ugly.
Bro, you calling people that look like monkeys and what they eat,
monkeys
bro?
Ugly, nigga.
Like, where your mind at, bro? Where your mind at?
All monkeys. I don't think monkeys look ugly.
Bro, I mean, you saying that with you, bro, that's not the same thing that you've been saying. And that's crazy. I really find that shit wild because you laughing.
Let me read the chat real quick. What brother said? Please stop with the African Americans theme. We are not Africans. Facts. I'm with you on that. I thought you was you put Gen X are not the first crack babies. Okay, but this is the bottom of the barrel stuff.
See, bro, y'all, I feel like y'all got this insecurity issue. No one called you niggas ugly. I just said.
No, it's not about it's how you, bro. It's how you talking about people that look just like you, bro. And I'm trying to understand, how can you have that mindset? You know what I'm saying? How can you think like that? Bro, I grew up, look, I'm an African, bro. All my homies African American. You know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, your mentality, what you say, I'm trying to figure, like, bro, we look just alike. We look just alike, gang. And for you to think like that, It's crazy. It sounds like some self-hatred shit, bro. And you need to get out of that.
Not look like you. Correction, y'all do not look alike.
Hey,
that's
crazy. Hold on, damn. So y'all do this whole thing where y'all say we look alike, but that don't mean nothing when the president gets on camera and say Somalians go back, Haitians go back. All that looking alike means nothing when your ass gotta pack your bags and go back. So y'all make it. So hold on. The president. Hold on, nigga. I got it for you right now. I got it for you right now.
During the first Trump administration.
For real, bro.
Yeah, so you guys keep bringing this conversation of looking alike.
Have you ever been to Africa, bro? Have you ever been to Africa?
Wait, hold on, brother. Our president's speaking.
Let's go. Come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell,
food is scary.
and they complain and do nothing but bitch,
that's what you niggas doing on my panel right now, bitching. He's not talking about me. Listen, brother. He's not talking about me. He's talking about y'all niggas. There's a difference. See what I'm saying? When he said all they do is complain, come over here, they don't want to build, they just want to complain. He's talking about you, not me. So all this look-alike means nothing when your actions don't align with ours, sir. We're not the same.
I never said we are the same. We definitely not the same. Everybody's different in their own ways. That's right. One thing.
So what is your point? What is your point of saying we look alike? If you're the nigga who's getting kicked out.
I'm not getting kicked out, bro. I'm a citizen.
Nigga, hopefully,
I'm a citizen.
Hopefully,
I'm a citizen. I have every right, just like how you do, brother. Just like how you do. And the crazy part about it, I'm probably doing better than.
Nigga, no. You don't have the same rights as me, nigga.
Yeah, and I'm probably doing better than your black ass. I keep it all the way to 100.
But now look, now it's my black ass. Now it's my black ass. But when I going in on your continent is why you say that stuff, brother. Why you say that, brother? When I say all y'all niggas look like monkeys, hot monkeys, then y'all niggas gonna get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? But now it's my black ass. Oh my God. All right, brother. Listen, hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Give me 1 second. Hold on. One second. I'm gonna let you speak. So there's a number I want you to call. 1-800 suicide prevention. They care for what you gotta say. AI doesn't. Have a good day. Yeah, nigga, listen. We got listen, we gotta start telling these niggas go ahead and call the 1-800 number. The 1-800 nigga said suicide prevention, nigga. Because all they want to do is cry and complain. Cry. It's not my fault. You niggas gotta go.
Y'all just seen what Corey was saying, how Africa is. If they want you to go back to Africa, it's because it's already controlled. Their minds is easier to control. They're impressionable already. It's like they can do whatever they want to do in Africa. They can't do whatever they want to do over here in America. So that's why they got to ship these people up over here, in my opinion.
Oh, you niggas did this to yourselves. You did this. Not me. We told you niggas about yourselves when y'all first got here. All that, nigga, you have no culture. Oh, nigga, this and that. All right, get your funky ass from out here. Your funky monkey ass. Your gorilla swinging, hanging and nut chasing ass out here. You gotta go. Yeah. Nigga, mad at me because of some name calling. FBAJ, brother, tell me what it is and what it ain't.
Man, sorry, fam. Shout out to you for coming through to my live last night. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
Bro, this is what I got to say. This some real life cuckoo bird activity. I see what you mean when you say these motherfuckers are some cuckoo birds, bro. Because how you gonna come to a land that don't belong to you, drop your eggs off, aka your little tether babies, your little anchor babies, and then y'all literally as a community got on national TV and said, we, the Somalian community, will endorse and support Donald J. Trump as the next president of the United States. And y'all really thought Trump fucked with y'all. Y'all was up there shaking that man's hand, smiling in his face. Damn near y'all finna get on y'all knees and start kissing the ground that he walked on and unzipped his pants for him damn near, is which I was about to do on national TV. I was in shock. But now that the truth is coming out, y'all mad at us because one, y'all started scamming the freaking healthcare system and all the freaking welfare system and everything else in between the systems that y'all can scam. Then on top of that, y'all had the audacity to have that little incestuous married girl come on live TV and say they only doing this to me because I'm black. Wait a minute, nigga. You wasn't black.
They don't like for us to have our celebrations of our delineation. It's like they want to say it as something else. We've been the most nicest people of letting people come to our land and everything. Soon as when they hear a joke, they don't like, man, you black Americans are the worst. You Americans are just mean.
Like when you first got here, you motherfucker came over here with nothing. Y'all came over here with no money, no clothes, no shit. You only came over here with the turbans on your head and the freaking hijabs on your back. I ain't trying to hear it. Second of all, y'all, when y'all get over here, y'all get handed everything because you have nothing. So they gonna give you housing. They gonna give you financial assistance with food and everything else. And then on top of that, to make it even more worse, y'all start out with a 700 credit score. Nigga, I wish I started with a 700 credit score. I wouldn't. Anyway, that's beside the point. You motherfuckers got some audacity and y'all got the caucasity because y'all literally came over here and literally pledged allegiance to the United States of America. And when you pledge allegiance to the United States of America, you pledge allegiance to white supremacy. And y'all all got on board, all from the freaking Irish to the Italians, down to the Nigerians, the Umas, down to the goddamn Somalis, Trinidadians, the Haitians, every single last one of y'all pledged allegiance to white supremacy. And now y'all got to take y'all asses back home. So don't cry, don't complain.
Appreciate that, brother. Yeah. That he just now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all went ahead and kissed that ass, that white ass, and now that white ass sending y'all funky ass back. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
sending them back, man. But y'all know how we do. But yeah, they've been coming in the chat hard today. Yes, bro, preach. But right, and they make mistake of thinking that it's their right to be here, and it's not. It's a privilege. Come here, and they are abusing that privilege. They do abuse their privileges because they don't have no respect for this country. Anybody who come here, they don't have respect, man. They don't make sure that, you know, they're looking out for the people that's boots on the ground. They just want to take whatever they can get. They don't support our local American businesses, bro. They don't support us. When these Indians come here and Chinese people come here, they support their own people. They just spend money with their own Chinese people, just like the Somalis doing. They just spend money with their own people. So it's like, y'all not beneficial to us, and I don't think no country should have a mall in the United States. That's just disrespectful, bro. How we get them a mall here? Like, I don't think you need to have anything here.
Anyways, let's get ZZ.
Imagine if it was a mall in their country called the America Mall. This for all the Americans. That'll just be crazy.
Z going. Talk to me, brother. Z Zoro King.
Bro, I'm just saying that, like,
nah, nigga, not you, nigga. Z Zuru King. Talk to me, brother. I'll mute your mic. Z Zoro King going on.
Bro, countries don't own malls, but it's a mall called the Somalia Mall. And they got their flag on. So if you roll past the Somalia Mall and you seen the Somalia Mall with the country flag on it, what you gonna think it is? You gonna think it's what? Like if you looked at that right now, the Juju dude, what would you do? What you gonna say? That's a person that own that?
Once, going twice.
You gotta talk to him like that.
Oh shit! Oh damn, it worked. What's going on, brother? What's going on?
Yeah, I wanted to say I'm 100% African.
God damn it, nigga. Nigga, what? Don't call me when your Wi-Fi fucked up. If you're in the jungles of Congos, nigga, call me when you get out so I can hear you, nigga. Fuck, you fucking up the show. Please fix your mic, nigga. Tired of you niggas. Just wait. You be so excited to talk to me. You wanna chase the lion and talk to me, nigga. Stop chasing the lion. Leave the hyena alone. Leave the monkey ass alone. Sit down around the table. Put the phone to your mouth, nigga, and talk.
Facts.
You fucking the show up, brother. One more time. Go ahead.
Wait, AI, you're out of control today. What is going on?
I'm tired of these niggas. Today Thursday. Today my last day. So I just got fatigued right now. Cool. Come on now, Z. One more time. We're gonna try this again, brother. Leave the lion alone.
Overly priced packages that South African business.
Come on back. I'll mute your mic, brother.
Robbing their own people.
Going once. Going twice. All right, nigga. All right. You know.
Is it here?
Nah. Obviously, he chose that hyena. That hyena looked too good right now. He decided to chase the hyena. All right, that's his decision. Fuck it. All right. Kuawi, talk to me, bro. What's going on?
We got a lot of Ukrainians here too. I see you in the chat. We got a lot of Ukrainian people here too. I went to it was a restaurant they was making right next to a soul food spot, and it was a Ukrainian. But I live in Texas. Caddy said I live in Texas. There is a community in Austin that only allows Somali and people to buy property there. That's how they started, man. That's how they started. And all the countries are going to come here and do what they're doing. If we keep letting this happen, we're going to have countries owning America, bro. This is why we got to kick all countries out. Because we're going to have countries going to be owning stuff. The dude in the chat, like, countries don't own malls. Bro, you don't know what countries own in America.
Halito. Peace.
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. My name Callie. I'm from Alabama, Kaneka, indigenous American. I heard the brother up here like saying we look alike, and it triggered me when he was saying that. So I hopped up here to tell him, but you already got him out of here. You smoked him already. But the thing is, I wish these Africans would tell us that it's on, because they know that we're enemies. Like, stop playing. Like, we looking like. And then when you like, no, we don't, and you start standing on it, he's showing you his true colors. Like, tell us.
Y'all didn't hear what he said. He's saying we're enemies. See, we sit back and we like, oh man, we got love. We like, you know what? Let's have love for these people that come. We got open heart, good hearts. But really, their mindset is totally different. Like, if we looked at them and seen them as an enemy, it'll be much different for everybody and immigrants that come over here. But we looking at them and opening up our arms and trying to give them a nice, experience of America. And that's where it bites us in the
that you guys are ready. Like, we're ready to have this conflict. Like, we need to get it out the way already. Like, let's stop playing around with each other. Like, you guys are along with the YTs and the Asians and the natives, and we're alone on this island. So let's just go ahead and do it and get it out the way already. Stop. We're just going back and forth. He knows that he don't like you, but he's trying just to assimilate with you because he knows that we got something big coming our way pretty soon. Just go ahead and call it on already. Stop trying to be friends with us. We don't want to be friends with you guys.
Brother, I'm glad you say that, because they're trying to hide behind this. Why would you say that, nigga? We looking like that. Let's just call it what it is. You don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. I have a whole letter that says, I hate you too. Letter. I wrote a whole. Matter of fact, go ahead, brother. I got something for you. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, we're tired of hearing you guys say we look alike. Like, what about you guys have, if you think we come from over there, right? You guys have plenty of chances to come over here and do something, but you don't. You come over here, you take from our community and send it right back to yours. Like, we're tired of that shit. Tired of it.
And hold on. And to cap off of that, all this lookalike shit, y'all niggas look alike on your continent. You still unalive motherfuckers. So what the fuck does looking like? What does it mean over there? If looking like somebody means so much to you over here, then what does it mean in Africa to look like your neighbor that you just unalive because he took the last hyena and took the last monkey ass out the tree? What did that mean? So why I'm not understanding y'all keep saying y'all don't give a fuck about who looks like what. You will sell anything. If it look like you sell motherfuckers who look like you.
And that's what Corey was saying in the chat. Like, they doing the most damage to each other over here, but they want to come over here with this kumbaya talk when they know we like that for real. They know we like that for real, but over there, y'all disrespect your own people. All this moving to Africa talking, yeah, that Pan-African stuff is over with. And we know it was a scam because it's only Black Americans saying this, and they ain't, you know, they losing out over there. I can't believe Black people this stupid. Had to be Americans. These slowest Blacks on the planet. I don't know who this dude is. Where you from? You got to be from Africa, bro. They were coming back, people to move to Africa. We slow, but you trying to get over here with us. This is what I'm saying. And they still want to call everybody Black. Listen, bro, we not doing that no more. Y'all don't use that term that came from the Blackfoot Indians. Don't try to assimilate everybody's being. This is why we delineating. We're delineating because we'll be thinking everybody Black and we trying to line y'all up, and y'all aren't Black. Y'all aren't American. So it's like, that's a problem. We ain't doing that no more. Y'all Africans, we Black. Call whatever y'all been calling yourselves. I think it's best for y'all to call yourselves that because it's confusion. We're not like we in two different countries, bro. The only Black people in the world are Americans. Exactly. I don't like when people all around the world use that term because that's going to confuse us. No, we Black, right? And that's not, and we ain't talking about color. Vote Republican. Definitely don't vote Democrat, but we'll have to. I used to have to go in the house when the streets light come on. Why would I go over there? You guys need to learn from the Somalians on how to finesse whites instead of being subservient to them. Bro, you don't know history. If you know the history and what we did, you get what I mean, in this country, you wouldn't even be saying that. So do the history on what the people did in this country and then come back and tell me you talking about learn from what the Somalis did, that little scam they did. We actually did real work. We actually really invented stuff. We actually really had parties around the world. Like, what is you talking about? The Somalis need to learn from us. Y'all thinking just because they on the news and stuff now, like they just so big, bro. It's only 80,000 of them. They stole a couple. They probably stole 50 million, and they had to pay Tim Waltz and all of they higher ups. Made the real money. They ain't really make no money like that. So don't come in here and think that they just did this big thing, bro. They ain't really do nothing but steal. Anybody can do that. Can you develop something? Can you create a movement? Can you manufacture stuff? Can you create the internet? Okay, can you create things? We can create things. So we always got people that's saying that. I know your history is deep, Black Wall Street and whatnot. I know those people would have saluted the Somalis. Now you gonna tell us what our people would have did? Our ancestry. Why would our ancestors salute the Somalis, bro? What he needs to say is learn how to steal from them. Right. He wanna give a shout out for somebody for stealing government assistance, like, oh, you did something. Like, bro, we actually build towns, land, farming, foods. Like, we're the most successful group of our colored people in the world. Like, why are you forgetting this? Why are you not mentioning all of this stuff that we did? But how is the population of Blacks only 17%? African, Jamaicans, Haitians here too. You must not be Black. I don't know what you mean by that, homie. Right, Somalians, and none of them people didn't contribute nothing over here to this country. Dre got deported already. Mickey A player. Stealing that. Yeah, like we don't respect people who steal and rob on government assistance. The government tried that with us, giving our women welfare and stuff like that. So, you know, to try to break up the family. But we was never with the assistance. We had the Black Panther Party that made WIC. They made the breakfast for kids. They had our own clinics. We're gonna have to refresh memories, man. Don't hate them. Work with them Republicans to get them deported. Their descendants will be a problem for our descendants. I'm with them on that. Get them out of here. I'm glad Trump doing this. Appreciate you, man. Skids. I'm gonna just call you Skids, man. Much love, baby boomer, who delineating from my generation. So proud of you guys, for real. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Make sure you keep supporting, bro, because I want to make this a safe place where we can talk and exchange ideas and coded messages. They celebrate degeneracy. Expect us to applaud it too. We had the pyramids on your dollar bill. All I'm saying is this. We built too much for this country to let somebody come in here and feel like they could steal, and just take resources. We don't want that. We're not supporting that. With the Somalis crying and screaming about not being able to marry children. Oh man, that's crazy. I did see that, bro. I did see that. We may have to get that one on because they marry kids at like 15, 16. And like, you need to go do that in your country. You don't need to be doing that here. Kids, let's go. Here you go. I got somebody on. Hold on.
Hey, yo, can you hear me?
What's up, bro? Hold on. Yep, I can hear you. Hold on. Let me pause this real quick, man. What's good? You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Eminem. Yeah. What's good, Eminem? What's good?
What's good, bro? I was the guy that was talking in the chat. I felt like discussing this with you. I was gonna say, you know, like the Italians, like every single ethnic group in America scammed their way through the top. Am I correct or not?
I believe so, because I mean, I think the Democrats are a scam. So if they're gonna let you in, they're gonna be making money off of you. So you're really not. It's like you're a pet. You know, you're scamming, but the people at the top is really probably getting most of the money. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you 100%. But let me just give you an example. Like the Italians, how did they make their way through the top?
I think they got allies with Israel and the Jewish people. You know what I'm saying?
No, but there was more than that, man. They had their mafia groups. They were scamming every single system they could scam in America to make their way through the top.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying with regards to the Somalis. You know, it's like every single white ethnic group that made it in America made it through scamming. But why are we hating on the Somalis?
Why are we hating on the Somalis? We hating on the Somalis because they're mentioning they're saying we're black immigrants. They're they're cosplaying us and using the benefits that comes with that black Americans is not getting. You understand? All immigrants, when immigrants come in this country, it's to undermine black people because we built the country. We did the most progress in the country. So we should be the ones that get in the resources. You understand?
Fair enough.
Nobody that's an immigrant, you know.
No, I agree. Fair enough, bro. I'm with you guys, but all I'm saying is have that same energy for the Italians that made it to the system, because I feel like it's an extra energy towards the blacks who come into this country versus the whites who came into this country. You know, like the only people that really should be benefiting from this country is you guys and the Anglo-Saxons, right? All these other Europeans, you know, the Russians, the Italians, they came much later, right? So,
Right.
so what's all this? You know, that's the part that I don't get is like with blacks, at least they should be saying like, yeah, the Somalis are scamming, but so were the Italians, so were the Jews, so were the Irish.
But
You know?
name me something that the Italians did. Name me like that we seen that we know the Italians was scamming. Like they was doing like, you know, gangster work on everybody in the city with their people. When did we see them like scamming our system or using the system for our benefit? That, you know, what could
Very
you
good
call
point.
out?
So the example of I forgot the guy's name, but he's a well-known YouTuber. He's a mafia guy or former mafia guy. He was actually arrested for 20 plus years. I wish I had his name on the top of my head, but he got caught scamming a lot of gas stations where he would I forgot the fraud system, what they used exactly, but it was related to the gas stations and how they would get extra money off of that through taxes and whatnot. So that's just one example of many systems that the Italian mafia and the Italian community as a whole used to get more money from the government. You know what I mean? And until they finally got caught and they were charged for 20 plus years. So I'm not just referring to the crime that they committed, but the frauds they committed to get their way through either being taxed less or getting more benefits from the government.
Right. So I can see that, but I'm saying I feel like we're gonna step to whoever steps out of line. I don't feel like we're just, you know, picking and choosing and just trying to do the Somalis. I don't think our people are like that. I think our people are fed up as Americans. We're just fed up of just seeing the same thing, you know, undermine us. So at some point, it's like we don't care who it is. We want, you know, people that's not benefiting us in this country and what we built. We want them out. If that's got to be the Italian, if it got to be any immigrant, I just don't see us picking and choosing. We're ready for all of the smoke to really, you know, get the right resources we deserve. You feel me?
Oh, I feel you 100%. But the reality of it is, brother, is America is the way it was built. It was through scam, right? The way they didn't pay any of the people who built this country. They stole the land from people. So the entire idea of America was built on scamming other people. So from that point of view, if let's say somebody else who has a same complexion as you, I know the Somalis are not FBA, but they're the same complexion as you. If they're scamming the system, but every other group that didn't have your complexion scam the system to make it through the top and make it ahead of you, I feel like you should call them out at least before you call it the Somalis. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Where are you from, family?
I'm from Somalia.
You from Somalia? Okay, so look at it like this. This is what we seeing right now, and y'all caught the boiling point. But we've been on this. You know, this ain't something, you know, if you probably look at some of our ancestors, they was probably talking about the Italians and all of them too. Our ancestors don't miss. Our history of the people that was in this country before, they haven't missed. Any shot they took at anybody, they hit. So all I'm saying to you is it ain't just the Somalis. Y'all are part of it, but it's other immigrants too, you know. But I just feel like we're not just pointing you guys out for no reason. It's just this is a big scam, and you guys are, you know, the poor. And I don't think it's by Somalis. I don't think y'all are just running this. I think y'all are being used to undermine our people. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get that, and I think it's also political. Like, obviously, like with Ilhan Omar and the Trump situation, like this was a political move. Like, because we know every state, every ethnic group is doing some sort of fraud scam. This is not just unique to the Somalis, right? I guarantee you, if you go to California, you'll see some of those Armenians going through scams. If you go to New York City, you'll see some of those Puerto Ricans or these other ethnic groups that are going through scamming the system. Every ethnic group in America does it, bro. That's the reality. That's the black reality that a lot of people don't want to miss on. And I have mad respect for African Americans and what they went through and what they built, like the positive stuff, like the Black Wall Street. Like, fuck, I'm very well versed on Black history. You know what I mean? Like, so I have mad respect for you guys. So there's no shots taken or anything like that. For me, if this was money going to Black communities, I'd feel somewhat disappointed. But for what whites did to my country, I'm just talking specifically to my country, although they scammed like right now, if you go to West Africa, bro, West African countries, all of their money, all of their resources are still going to Europe still to this fucking day, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they're still scamming Africa to this day, bro. So when we do it the other way around, we do it.
No, listen, I don't mean to cut your wisdom, but check this out. You said that they're scamming you from Europe to West Africa, right? But we're all over here fighting our fight. You know, we got, like you said, Black Wall Street burned down. We had over 200 towns burnt down, bro, that we built. So you come over here and you build your malls and everything, and you do everything like that, and you don't pay homage. You don't make sure that you look out for the indigenous people. You get what I mean? Imagine me going to your country. Imagine me going over there and you guys were let's say the Europeans was ruling there, and we come there and we're able to build things and have malls and we're living good. You don't think we would get, and we're scamming you too. You don't think we're going to get you don't think it's going to be a problem?
Not only will there be a problem, you won't make it out through the day. You know what I mean? But this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, if this money was going to the FBA or the African American community, bro, I'd feel some type of way. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of, like, let's say if it was scholarship money, like let's say scholarship money that was going towards the African American community, and I've seen that happen where that's something I actually, even as an African, I disagree with. I think scholarships that are meant for Black Americans should go to Black Americans. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But this specific scam operation, this was not money going towards the African American community, right? This was money that was gonna go to other white groups. So at the end of the day, like, this is not money that was going to your community anyways. So I don't feel like you should have any energy one way or the other. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I feel you. It shouldn't go one way or the other. But
it was nice to chat to you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you. I got two more in the chat, but yeah, man, I appreciate you for calling in, man. Shout out to you.
Before he dropped. I was just wanted to respond to it real quick because he said, why don't we call it the hypocrisy with like Italian groups scamming and all that other stuff? Why do you want us to call out the hypocrisy now all of a sudden? It's kind of like you want to ally because the focus is on your ethnic group. And my second thing is, like, we already did that for all the other POC communities. We've been doing that. This is why we're delineating, because we've noticed that the energy is not reciprocated. Like I said earlier, you guys come over here when it's beneficial. It's all we look alike. We're all under the scale of white supremacy. And you want to align with us, call out their hypocrisy too. It doesn't matter. It's not none of your money. But when it's beneficial for you guys, it's no, we're not like them. They're criminals. They're uneducated. They don't want to work. So this is why, we're sitting back. This is not our fight. We're not going to ally. We're not going to support. We've already done it. We've noticed that the energy is not reciprocated on the same hand. That's why we're just sitting back. We haven't been at the forefront saying, they're the worst people and all this other good stuff. We just said, this is your battle. We're done kind of defending other groups, especially when it doesn't, when the energy is not reciprocated. Secondly, Somalians also never attempted to align with the Black community
at all.
Exactly.
Go ahead, man. That's what I'm saying, though.
Out of the Black politicians that they could have, I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I don't think either one have our best interest. But either the Black ones or the FBA ones that are there, they specifically chose the route of getting a Somalian representative over that So it's just like you guys kind of the community or that ethnic group made their bed, and now you want to ally. It sounded like from that guy, and we're just more focused on our community and developing our community because the energy is not reciprocated. That's all I had to say.
Facts, man. I appreciate you with that, bro, because I needed it. I slipped on that one, but you brought a good point up, man. I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you, bro.
Stay locked in with me. Corey, man, what's good? You want to talk on that?
Yeah, I had to. I wish you didn't let this dude go down. I wish I could have chopped him up while he was up here, man, because he was just talking a bunch of nonsense.
Crazy.
You know,
Well,
first
go
of all,
ahead.
like somebody, like you just highlighted, like, why do you have a culture of scamming, bro, and conniving? If you're going to provide services and get paid for it, provide services and get paid for it. Stop coming up with all these harebrained schemes to go to another country and scam. And again, it's not just the fact that you're scamming from white people only. It's the fact that you're disrespectful while you're doing it. You come to America and disrespect Americans. You go once again, you go to Kenya, you disrespect Kenya. Everywhere that the Somalis are, they're causing trouble. Johnny Somali, which is really the only popular Somali person that I'm aware of, he's known for going to people's countries and disrespecting them. And that's the problem. Y'all come from a country where you don't have nothing, you ain't built nothing, but you feel like you can disrespect people who have fought wars and died to build the stuff that they had. You go to Japan and Korea, you're disrespectful. You in Africa, you're disrespectful. You can't even get along with your own people. Number two, you want to talk about Michael Franchese and all these other Italian criminals? Bro, when the Italians came over here, when the Irish came over here, who do you think was fighting them? Who do you think had issues with them? First of all, the fact that there's this whole thing about white supremacy. Who do you think intellectualized all that? Who wrote the books? There was Francis Cress Welsing, Dr. Amos Wilson, Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, all these other people. You know what I'm saying? This is our lineage. We come from a lineage of fighting against the system of white supremacy. You come from a lineage of kowtowing and bending the knee. Okay? During World War I, when the Italians were invading East Africa, it was us that went over there and helped you. It was us that went over there and set up your Ethiopian Airlines for you. It was us that taught you how to fly planes. It was us that taught you what being black means. This is what all these Africans and these Caribbeans, all y'all need to know. You wouldn't be saying nothing about black if it wasn't for America. Right. You wouldn't be saying nothing about being black if not for America. So that's the problem that we have is the lying, scamming culture that you got. You coming over here talking about, well, we're just scamming the white people. Don't you know that if it's $8 billion, that affects the entire country? $8 billion does not just affect white Americans, bro. That affects the entire country. So by hook or by crook, we are harmed by the shit that y'all are doing because you don't have enough gall and manhood and logic to get your shit together in your homeland. Don't think that you're going to come to our country and undermine us and then try to say, well, why don't you have smoke for the Italians? Why don't you have smoke for this and that? Bro, who do you think been fighting white people this entire time? It ain't been y'all. You guys are flying in Europeans and giving them direct access to your 10-year-olds, your 11-year-olds, and your 12-year-olds. So what are we talking about? You give them direct access to your resources and your natural resources and your people resources and your children, your virgin girls. Let's really talk about it. Let's really put it out there, bro. The sex trafficking, the organ trafficking, all that shit that the Israelis are involved in. A lot of Africans collaborate with them on that. Okay, the shit that was going on in Haiti with the Red Cross and how they was taking people's organs and all this old shit. And they supposed to be using the money to build. You guys collaborate with them on that. You guys are collaborators. You're schemers. Okay, you're plotters. It's like the Game of Thrones fucking with y'all. Y'all don't have no moral fiber.
No moral.
That's the problem. It's your culture. You have a culture that's destructive. It's inherently destructive to everything every environment that you're in. You're destructive to the culture. Y'all don't build nothing in Somalia. You really trying to come on here and talk to this man about, well, why don't you let us do it? Because it's only hurting the white people. $8 billion ain't just white people, my boy. That's all of us. That's all 400 million Americans, B. And unfortunately, we fought for y'all to get over here. And then you asking us why we not fighting white people after we're the only people, black people in the world who have a history of going over there to fight for you. And I'm not just talking about the Somalians. It's all of these Horn of African people, as well as the West Africans. Y'all bend the knee. Again, we've been over there. Y'all need to stop pretending like we ain't been over there, bro. We've been over there. Okay? This is not new to us. We've all been to your countries. We see how you operate. We see all the ass that you kiss. We see how it goes down. We see the pussy spreading. We see the young women that have to walk the street and sell their bodies because you don't respect yourself enough to build an economy for them. We see how you trying to implement Sharia law in these places that you live in America. America is not an Arabic country, bro. It's never going to be an Arabic country. It's not a Muslim country, and it's never going to be a Muslim country. Okay, we don't want that, bro. We don't want that. If you want to be an Arabic country, and that's another thing. Why don't the Somalis and these Horn people who claim to not be black and they're Caucasian and they're correlated to the whites and they're lesser white people? Because why don't you go to the Arabs for help? Why don't you go to the white Arabs, to Dubai, to the UAE? Right. Why don't you guys like relocate over there and do the scam? You know why you don't go over there? Because that's your master, that's your former slave master, and you know full well that if you go over there, beheadings will begin. You know full well you can't just go over there and do as you please. You can come to America, the America that we fought for, because really the only reason that there's progressivism and liberalism in America in the first place is because of our people. Because we fought and died. Our ancestors fought and died in these streets. And then you trying to come to us and you come from the Sharia law environment where it looks like a fucking post-apocalyptic movie. You know, remember Resident Evil, where the one Resident Evil was all them zombies and they living on top of a tower and everything's just decimated. That's exactly what the shit looks like.
Damn.
I'm saying scamming is bro. 50% remittances is such a large, like, Water God. Conceptualize this. 50% of their economy comes from them going to other countries and scamming and then sending the money back home. 50%. So that right there, that's a culture of scammerism. And then for you to come out of your mouth and say, well, why aren't you fighting the white people? Bro, we got to fight you. We can't fight everybody at once. We're only human. You know what I'm saying? We're only human. We can't fight y'all and then the Latinos and the Asians. We got to take them out one at a time. And it just so happens this time the government is aligned with us on this. So we're going to work with the government to get you up out of here.
Right. Exactly.
And I land my plane.
Yeah, a lot of Democrats mad because we like for this, but it's like, man, listen, we're going to take whatever's best for us. We're riding with it. You get me?
Yeah, we can no longer be the mule for the planet. We can't bless you go. We can't give the Koreans K-pop and then they want to be anti-black racists when they come to America and then we go over there. We gave you K-pop. The K-pop shit, that's based off of the Supremes and all those other black groups in the 50s and in the 60s and the 40s. That's based off our stuff. I'm saying before Bob Marley started doing reggae, he was in a boy band similar to the Supremes or the Five Heartbeats. Something like that. So the whole earth, bro, we could talk about the South Africans with the Amapiano. It's good music, but it's derivative ultimately of house music that black people came up with after disco in the 70s and 80s. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's shit is derivative of ours. How you gonna come to me? How you gonna come to me with Jordans on, with a Yankees fitted on, talking about you ain't got no culture? And we all about Sharia law, but you packaging it up when you trying to look like us, but you hate us and you ain't black and you ain't this and the black. And then on top of that, you want to talk about unity, bro. In Kenya right now,
no unity.
In Kenya right now, y'all are disrespecting the Kenyan people in their country. But then you want to talk. So this is a country that's right close to you, it's right next door to you, and you disrespecting them. But we're supposed to unite with you, as you're disrespecting your own African continent men or whatever. You're disrespecting them. Right. So you're disrespecting them in their own country right now as we speak, in places like Eastleigh and other places, committing terrorist acts, okay, based off Al-Shabaab and these other weird ISIS collective, which ultimately ISIS was set up by Europeans as well. We can have that conversation. The whole Muslim thing was set up by Europeans as well. We can have that conversation. We can point out the history. Okay, we can really have that conversation and break it down. Y'all been working with these people against us since the beginning, bro. Against your own interests since the beginning, because you don't know how to think straight. And with that said, I'll land my plane, man. Let me get up out of here, man.
Man, salute, Corey, man. I appreciate you for calling in, bro. Let me let this play, man, about these kids. I got you, though. Y'all, let me let this play, man. I'll let one of y'all, we get a few more calls before we end the show, but we going hard this week, man. We canceling politicians. We putting their name on them, tagging their YouTube channels, their Gmails. We letting them know how we feel about them, and we don't care. Don't try to run for office if you're not speaking on immigration, how it affects black people, if you're not speaking on the reparations, and it was one more. I ain't got it written down, but it was one more that I ain't like, that we definitely got something with healthcare. But let me let this ride, y'all.
She was married off by her father to a man who paid $100. She and her mother say she was beaten and raped for 2 years before they convinced him to divorce her.
My husband would go out to search for some food, then he would return home empty-handed and beat me, demanding why I hadn't prepared lunch for him. But I had nothing to cook.
There is no law mandating a minimum age for marriage in Somalia. A bill introduced in Parliament this month by a presidential ally caused a wave of criticism from lawmakers when they realised it would legalise marriage at puberty, which could be as early as 10 for some girls. Data from a government survey this year shows that nearly a third of girls are married before their 18th birthday, just under half of those before the
Y'all, they may got something to do with the Epstein stuff, y'all. I'm telling you now.
age of 15. Many activists like Hodan Ali reject the bill.
This bill, which will be applied in this country, which will affect the most vulnerable and the most poor, right? And the men and women who are passing this bill, rest assured, if anything happens, they will not be subjected to this bill, right? Some of the people who are working on this, their children live in a safe country where the rights of their children are protected.
Nadifa Hussain runs 3 camps in Mogadishu for families fleeing violence and abandoned child brides.
Most of the women and girls here were married at 13, and perhaps by 20 they are divorced with 4 or 5 children. The man divorces her or beats her. He eats lunch in town and comes back with a full stomach. He wants supper, but the mother and kids are crying, hungry. They have no one to feed them. That's how the violence and beating begins.
Political turmoil in Somalia means it's unclear when Parliament might vote on the bill. Deputy Speaker Abdi Weli Mudi, who presented the bill, did not return calls seeking comment, but told lawmakers it had been reviewed by clerics and, quote, "This bill is the correct one based on Islam."
Yeah, we don't need them here. They need to go work on that. They need to go work on that because we can't have them coming over here, and this is the Epstein stuff that we trying to expose in our country. We don't have those laws here. You go to jail, for and they be real lenient on people that's molesting kids in our country. Right. They accuse us of not knowing our fathers and all of this. This is just crazy and disgusting. I'm so glad we delineating was the best thing that ever happened to us, bro. Seeing all of these black people trying to leech on. Seeing all these black people trying to leech on us is just crazy. But man, I appreciate everybody for tapping in. They gross. Man, we're gonna be going live tomorrow. I'm gonna drop some videos, but this whole week, man, I'm calling out all of our black politicians, man. Democrat Party, it don't matter. I don't like them supporting this immigration plan. Female mutilation came across. Crazy leeches. But yeah, fam. B1, make sure y'all support black businesses, man, if you can, because they're not getting any of the resources that we need. So make sure that, you spend your money with the people that's boots on the ground. I like to thank the creator to be here in my own country. Facts, man. Ain't nothing like being in your own country. Man, but y'all check me out tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. Y'all hit that like button before y'all get out of here, man. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't already subscribed. And this was a rough screen. Man, Mickey, you be on your security mission, kicking people out. I don't even know how many people you kicked out, but I kept seeing it. But I appreciate you, Mickey, all the mods, everybody who tuned in. Erica, shout out to Leonard, Angela, Trigger, Straw Dog, Kelvin, everybody who tapped in, man. I appreciate y'all. Everybody who donated to the channel, man. Love and appreciate y'all, bro. We gonna keep our foot on their neck. Y'all make sure y'all keep a lookout for the channel. And listen, this is a place where it's a safe place where we can send coded messages. Remember that. Coded messages, right? Because they be on my channel, man. And Soon as when they let me off for the little let me off the band, you know, I get to acting crazy. So I love and appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace and love. Y'all have a good night.